Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Chris Bachman hanging out in the athletic director office. We'll just call it the office this time with Coach McIntyre, Graham Phillips, and Kyle Wallace. We're going to start talking with some of these guys first. Kyle, do you play any sports here at Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, so I do the football team on varsity, and I also participate in the baseball team.
All right, what's your favorite sport?
I'd have to say I'm a baseball guy.
All right, what's your favorite part of baseball?
So I'm a pitcher, so I like kind of controlling everything, and it goes at my pace.
All right, is your go-to pitch fastball? Do you got a curveball or anything you like to go to?
I like two-seam in on the hands on dudes.
All right. Now, what's your favorite part of football?
Being able to hit guys.
All right, Graham, we're going to switch over to you. Do you play other sports here at Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, I play football and baseball.
And what's your favorite sport?
Couldn't tell you.
You couldn't. Hey, Logan Borodicek was a few years ago, had the first answer, said whatever season it is. So you
I agree
you kind of feel that way? All right. Now, what's your favorite part of football?
I don't know.
Dude, there's no way this guy is short of words.
That is crazy.
That is nuts. You don't understand, because this is a guy that I thought I picked the perfect guy because he can't stop talking.
I need to leave that pause in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I don't know. Probably just I enjoy the practices. I enjoy everything about football. I enjoy the Friday nights, the off-season work a lot.
And so for you kind of started looking off in the distance at some memories, kind of, didn't you, there for a second? I feel like that's what happened there. All right, maybe a little bit easier, a little bit tougher question. We'll start with you, Graham. What's your favorite class here at Mount Pleasant?
Digital media.
Digital media with Joe. Yeah, I'll say that's. I feel like when they say that one, it's like you get to do a lot of the sports stuff. You get to watch some of your film even in there, I imagine, sometimes, don't you?
Yep.
All right, what about you, Kyle?
Sports American history.
Sports American history. All right, and is there a reason, same with him, you got more sports in there?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm the teacher, too.
All right, what's the last thing you guys were talking about in that class? I'm going to put you on the spot here now a little bit.
Oh, it's from last year, but I think we were on a boxing segment.
All right.
So going over boxing and whatnot.
All right, now if I ask both you guys, what's your favorite part of school? What would you say, Kyle? It could be seeing your friends. It could be anything.
Yeah, I'd say just like hanging out with friends for the senior year.
What about you, Graham? Your favorite part of school?
I agree with seeing friends.
All right. Now, if I say your favorite high school sports memory, Graham, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Diving into the puddles of water after our scrimmage sophomore year.
Sophomore year. All right. Where was that? Was that up here?
Yeah, it was just a super rainy day, and there was like a lake on the practice field.
Kind of like the longest yard? Kind of like, yeah.
Like
all right. What about you, Kyle?
Probably when our baseball field got flooded last year for a little bit.
That's your favorite memory?
That was a fun practice.
All right. Was it the same kind of thing? You guys were just out there in the mud having a good time?
Just having a good time with each other.
Yep. And they said, I imagine it took away all the seriousness, quote unquote, of both of those practices where you just in that scrimmage, just kind of out there having fun. Do you remember that scrimmage?
Oh yeah,
from a couple years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Because I was still in AD mode at the time, trying to figure out. We had a track that wasn't done yet, and we didn't know where we were going to be, and trying to figure out where we're putting these teams and how we're going to scrimmage. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. All right, now a little bit of a different question here, Kyle. What's your favorite food? I want your favorite meal, and then like your favorite snack.
Brisket.
Brisket? All right. And now is it like a barbecue brisket, smoked, or just
a smoked brisket.
All right. What about you, Graham?
Smash burgers.
Smash burgers? Oh, I like that answer. And what about you, Coach?
Oh,
What's
gosh,
your favorite
really?
meal?
Oh,
yeah, we're going to you in this one.
Anything that doesn't make me fat.
Anything that's... Now, what about your favorite snack, Kyle?
Skittle gummies.
The Skittle gummies. All right. What about you, Graham?
Buffalo chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip. And is there a certain kind of chip that needs to be with it, or it can be any like veggies, anything you'll dip in there?
I mean, probably like Ritz crackers.
Ritz crackers. All right. What about
I'm a cheese and cracker guy.
You're a cheese and cracker guy. All right. Now, what about your favorite drink here, Coach?
A favorite drink? I'm a coffee guy.
You're a coffee
every
guy?
morning. I have to have.
Is
my
there a
coffee.
certain brand of coffee?
I lean Big B a little bit,
All
but yeah, I mean, but.
If
whatever
somebody
has
brings you a
caffeine
cup of
in
coffee,
it.
yeah. What about you, Graham? You got a go-to drink? And with you younger guys, if it's still water, that's all good too. That's never a bad thing.
I don't. It depends on the season. If I'm in football season, I don't tend to drink very much like pop or anything like that. But I'd probably say like Arnold Palmer.
All right. What about you, Kyle?
Like a normal tea.
Like a normal tea? All
Tea
right.
guy.
All
Aren't
right.
you guys like that blue smash or blue whatever stuff at Applebee's every week? Are you both those guys? Or?
No, I'm like
I used to be.
I'm like a Dr. Pepper and water guy.
All right. Dr. Pepper's been my go-to. For some reason, the extra pib. I don't know what it is with that one, but I like that. Now, Kyle, what's something you like to do outside of sports and school?
I like to draw. I like to
draw?
do that a lot.
All right.
Fill out my free time with that.
Golf.
Yours is golf?
No, he's a golfer.
He's a golfer? All right.
Picked up golf after summer baseball.
All right.
So
I
been fun.
just picked up golf this summer, quote unquote. I'm trying to. That's what all my friends do. Except it'll start now because Mac will tell you too. When we get older, that seems to be what everybody does is golf.
Yeah, I just got a fresh pair of new set of irons for my birthday. So
Oh, nice. What about you, Graham?
I enjoy fishing.
You enjoy fishing? All right. Lake or river? If you had to pick one,
Lake.
Would rather be on a lake. All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach?
I'm an outdoors guy.
Yep,
Whatever,
all right.
hunting, fishing if I have time. Yeah.
Building your cabin up there?
Yeah.
Now, Kyle, if you had your dream job right now, what would it be? And you can be as far-fetched as you want to be or whatever. This is your absolute dream job right now. What would it be?
absolute dream job, MLB.
All right. What about you, Graham?
Yeah, I'd probably be like a closer in the MLB. That'd be a lot of fun.
Mac, you live in your dream job.
They're pitching coach, so I can yell at them some more.
Now, Graham, favorite professional athlete or maybe somebody around here you looked up to growing up playing sports?
Okay, well, around here I've always looked up to my dad playing sports, but professional athlete, I love the linebacker from the Lions right now, Jack Campbell.
All right, and now, can you beat your dad in any sports yet? What happens when you get out there battling?
Well, I don't know about if he was still, my age, but right now I think I could beat him.
You think you'd take him? All right. What about you, Kyle?
Probably Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper
All
right now.
All right. Who was your favorite athlete growing up, Mac?
Well, I remember I had a Bo Jackson poster when I was in high school. The one, the classic one where he's got the baseball bat and the shoulder pads.
Yeah, I could actually picture
Yeah,
that.
as a multi-sport athlete,
Bo knows it probably said
as a
on there.
multi-sport athlete, you kind of like, oh yeah, but and of course Barry Sanders if you're from this area. Yeah.
If I ask you, Graham, playing football at Mount Pleasant, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Just, I'd say like effort, grit, if you would.
Yeah, what about you, Kyle?
I'd say tight knit.
Tight knit. All right. And now, if I ask you who the dad of the team is, Kyle, is there somebody that kind of pops into mind?
A couple, either Alex Whitman, Brady Edwards, or Graham Phillips.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Yeah. What about you, Graham?
Definitely Alex Whitman.
Alex Whitman for sure. And you kind of thought of those three that Kyle said? when he said that?
I thought he'd probably say Phillips. Phillips is,
All right.
but, yeah.
Now, for you personally, Kyle, take me through what a Friday is like for you. Do you go home after school and take a nap? Can you never get out of the mode? Do you have something you have to eat every Friday? Like I think I remember it was Tyler Hudeman. Mike had to always get him like crab legs or something like that.
I'm a Doba guy, so I like going out to get Doba right after school, eat that, and then I like just hanging out in the locker room, kind of getting set and ready mentally and whatnot.
So you can't get there too early per se for you. Like I said, you go to Cadoba and you're ready to just kind of roll back to the locker room, maybe take a walk walk out on the field or something like that. What's your game meal from Qdoba on a Friday?
I get a burrito bowl, white rice, black beans. If they have it, the like spicy steak, green salsa, corn salsa, guac, shredded cheese, and sour cream.
I like how he took me right.
That's
through
an
the line
offensive
there. I like
lineman
that
for you right there.
I had to go down the line.
That's an
memorize
offensive
it.
lineman right there.
That's good. What about you, Graham? Take me through a Friday. Is there a certain thing you do every Friday?
I always have like a energy drink, and I just drink as much water and electrolytes as I can, and try to eat healthy on Fridays.
Is there a go-to meal for you?
No, not really. But when you talked about Tyler Huneman eating crab legs or whatever, his dad told me that one time he purposely messed up the order, and then he went out and had his best game because he was angry about it.
That's good. Coach, what about you? I think
I don't know. I'm busy setting the stadium up from like 2 to 4 or whatever. So
you don't have a go-to meal though.
Well, I mean, like, so
ready?
Friday is usually my wife, who's in charge of the Boosters concessions, usually comes in to count money, so she'll usually bring in lunch on Fridays. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And now, Kyle, could you imagine high school without sports?
I think that's a big part of what it is for me, at least.
What about you, Graham?
It'd be really boring.
How important are they to you guys personally? Like, and I'm never trying to knock on academics, but do you think you would have the same grades, the same attendance, and everything that you did if you didn't have high school sports, Kyle?
I think it would be like relatively same to what I have, but I think like as a person, I might act different and whatnot.
All right. What about you, Graham?
Majority of my grades and stuff is just so then I can go play sports. And yeah.
And again, like there's nothing wrong with that because it's going to get you to graduation day. You know, what's something you learn playing high school football you can't learn in the classroom, Graham?
How to sacrifice for somebody else.
All right, what about you, Kyle?
I'd have to agree with him. Just not playing selfish, being for others.
What do you think about them saying that answer?
It's a good answer. And you know my answer. You've asked it to me before. But
give it to these guys. Go ahead.
I just think high school football, all sports teach a lot of things, but delayed gratification is the hardest thing for athletes and students to learn today. We play one game a week. We practice 7 times as much as we play. So you've got to understand that what you're doing is delayed. Your results are delayed, whether it's in the winter when you're lifting, whether it's on Monday's practice, whatever. You're only going to get a few opportunities to get the gratification from the work you put in. There's nowhere else that teaches that at their age than really football. I mean, and I love all our other sports, and they teach that to some extent, but right, you get 2 basketball games in a week. You might get 3 baseball games in a week. You might get, a couple track meets. So in football, you just wait around. You have to prep prayer all the time, and you're always thinking, and you get that one chance to be ready to go. And so that's a really good lesson, I think, because, you're only going to get that one interview for a job someday. You're only going to get that one opportunity for this. You're only going to get, and are you ready for those opportunities when they come? And I think football teaches that at a really high level.
So that's something you ever thought about, Graham?
I think if I really took the time to think about that question, I probably would have had a similar answer too.
Yeah. What about you, Kyle? When he says that, what do you think?
About the same boat as Graham.
Now, when I say 7-0 to you guys, how's that make you feel? I imagine it makes you feel pretty good, Kyle.
Feels good, but still gotta get out every Friday and keep winning and whatnot. Beat Midland this week, and just keep flowing with it.
Yeah, what about you, Graham?
I feel like it's been a long time in the waiting.
Yeah. And now, is there a game that stands out to you personally, Kyle? Like one of these 7 wins. Is there do you have a favorite game, favorite play for you personally? Like
this year, how we came out sluggish against Western, and then finally pieced it together. That was a game for me. And then like going off of last year, that was a loss to them, but in our Midland game, and how tight that was, and how they were number 1, and we just stuck with them the whole time. Then
was it 10-7 end up being the final?
Overtime?
Yeah, 10-7 overtime.
Yeah. What about you, Graham? Is there one game, one play that sticks out?
Well, game, I would say Heritage, just because it's game 1, and that's like obviously you're hyped for every football game, but there's something about it where you've been waiting all year to come back to football. And then play would be my run against Bay City Western at the end of the game.
Yeah, can you kind of take me through that a little bit? What was the situation? Did you score? How long was it, and all that?
It was like it was fourth quarter, I think like a minute 40 left, and we were up by 4 points. And we hadn't really done anything all night on offense, and defense has been the main thing. And then I got in and ran the ball into the end zone.
To the end.
Yeah, well, he left out. He broke like 10 tackles on the way to it. Literally, like people say broke 10 tackles. Literally broke like 10 tackles on the way in.
What about the run? Like, I remember Bubba, is always texting me updates, doing a great job. And I was going to be here for the Dow game, but crowded house. And, you and I have talked, I'm not, not here to be the fourth. Other coverage is great to give the other schools and whatnot. But he talked about a certain run that Krazier had that game. Do you guys
remember? The Dow game? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys remember about that run, Kyle? You kind of looked right up when I said that.
Yeah, that one was kind of funny because in the moment I didn't really notice what happened. Then all of a sudden you just see Xavier going up down the sideline, and we get back to watch like our lineman film of whatever just happened, how he blocked it, and then we like left it on repeat, but it's just Xavier breaking like 2 tackles, making a guy or 2 miss, and all of a sudden he's just gone.
And now he's been hurt the last couple years. For you 3 guys to see him play like this, kind of talk about what that's been like, Kyle.
I think it's really awesome because I've done sports with him ever since I was little, so being able to see him come out and play to absolute fullest is a really cool thing.
What about you, Graham?
He's probably my oldest friend that I have, and I mean he went down a grade in like 8th grade, but it's pretty awesome because I felt he went through all those injuries, but he's always been one of the hardest workers I know, and I'm glad to see a brother in Christ go out there and just give glory to God and play his heart out.
What about you, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, how can you not be a fan of someone who's been through what he's been? And he's just always dialed in, and that's like those guys said. I mean, to go through that adversity at that age and still work towards a goal and not give up, right? Like, I mean, it'd be really easy at that age to say, you know what, I don't think this is for me. I think these injuries, I don't want nurse surgery. I don't want. So yeah, so just super happy for him and what he's done for our team, and he's a good teammate too, and all those things. So it's. Yeah, really happy for X. And I want to go back to that Western game for a second. Graham was a little humble, I think, in talking about the last few minutes of that game. But I think when we talk about leadership, one of the things that'll stick out for me the whole game about that Western game, that was a bad game. We were not playing well. We were going to lose that game.
Yeah, that was really sluggish.
We were going to lose. I mean, you could feel it. And I look out on our last drive. Well, we punted, and then we got the ball back with about 3 minutes to go down, and I look out, and Graham's at running back, and I look at our running back, and I'm like, what's Graham doing? He said he's out there, and he's playing running back, and you're not taking him off the field. You know what I mean? And he goes out and gets the lead block for Xavier, who breaks the 70-yard touchdown run that puts us ahead, and then I look out there next series, and he's still at running back. He's like, no, this is my spot. I'm a senior. We got to win. I'm going to do it. That's the kind of leadership you need on a football team. So This is like, listen, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down with me out here trying to make it happen. So, yeah.
And one of the things I'll never forget him saying, Graham, is we talking one year about, lineup. He's like, well, a school this big, he's like, I wouldn't mind if I didn't have any juniors starting. You know what I mean? For you to see the senior going out there, yep. I imagine that just put a big smile on your face.
Yeah, he's been awesome about it.
Yep, and where did that confidence come from? Kind of talk a little bit about, and again, we're diving deep here into the head of Graham Phillips, I guess, but please,
don't go too deep, man.
If you can take us in, like what. And again, this is not knocking on any other players too, but there was a moment where you said, I've got to be out there and I've got to help make this happen. With, what was going through your mind, or was it just that?
Well, one thing my brother told me was like, my identity's in Christ. So at the end of the day, football, the outcome of the game doesn't really matter, but I still take it insanely seriously. But just that piece of knowing like, this isn't what makes me who I am, so I can go out there and just not think. I mean, all I did was take a deep breath and say, Lord, be with me, give me peace, and main goal was take the handoff first, actually.
Yeah, well, and like I said, and again, I'm somebody, my dad was a pastor growing up, and so I've got that belief. I'm really happy that you share that on here, because like I said, thinking about something bigger than yourself can always just kind of put you back in that mindset, and I feel like that's kind of what you're saying right there, is you went out there and you weren't thinking we're down, we're up, or whatever. It was, I've got to execute this play right here that's about to happen.
Just kind of wanted to take the handoff first, and then I the first guy hit me, and my only thought was, wow, I'm not down yet. So yeah.
Kept on rolling. And last week, TC West 29-8. I believe it was 15-2 at the half or something like that. Kind of talk about that game a little bit, guys. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? We'll start with you, Kyle.
Just keeping pressure on, trying not to stall out. Just keep going.
All right, like, so just keep your foot on the gas, even if you're driving up against the wall, kind of a thing. What about you, Graham?
I would say maintaining the same level of intensity and confidence, because Kurt Freeling, phenomenal D lineman we have, broke his hand on like a Tuesday practice, and then we have people who haven't played that much this year on the D line, and we should only let up 2 points.
Yeah. All right. Who stood out to you in that game, Coach Mack?
Well, just the thought of the game first is like it kind of felt a little like Western at times, not as bad, but like we just made a lot of silly things that stalled us out on offense, right? And we couldn't get clicking, but our defense just kept getting us that ball back and give us more opportunities. And so really, I mean, our defense in general, I think our defense in general has played really well all year. And I think when you look at that game, you just think of how many times they bailed us out so we could finally figure it out on offense. Like the last 2 weeks, it's taken us till 5 minutes left to go in the game to get it all figured out. I mean, we scored twice in the last 3 minutes against Western. We scored twice in the last 4 minutes against Traverse City West. So it's like, it'd be nice if we could get it clicking a little sooner this round.
So the defense keeping the game. So if I made you go, quote unquote, best part of the team this season, would you say the defense?
Well, the defense has kept us in everything for sure, right? I mean, like our offense has made big plays. We've yet to really grind anything out. I'd like to see that be our goals. We finish out here is learn how to we've had a couple good drives.
You want that 15-play, 88-yard drive where you get 2 fourth and ones or something. Yeah.
And we've had, you go back to Heritage, I think we had a really couple big drives in the second half against them. Yeah, and so we took care of the ball the first 4 or 5 games really well, and we didn't do so much the last couple weeks. But in all of that, our defense has been outstanding. We've taken the ball away from people. We've gotten 4th down stops. We've made it hard to run the ball. And that's just, and when you talk defense, you can't really single out one person. It's 11 guys doing their job on defense, and that's what we've done.
All right, I'm going to kind of go the opposite of him here. If I'm going to force it on you, Kyle, if you had to pick like an MVP on offense and defense, who would you pick? And if it's like, say, the guy next to you helping you out, that's fine. Like I said, you don't, this is your answer here. Anything's good. You can be yourself, too, if you want.
I think offense, I'd have to probably say Xavier. Defense is tough because there's just a lot of dudes, but I think Kurt Freeling, like him getting a lot of doubles and whatnot, allows a lot of other dudes to succeed. He might not make a tackle, but he's allowing a lot of other dudes to get in there and get nasty.
Okay, what about you, Graham?
Offense, I would say Xavier. I mean, he's had a great season as a junior who hasn't played football since, I don't even know. But on defense, I wouldn't say a single player. I'd say the D-line, honestly. It's not like they're 6'5", 275 pounds. It's just a bunch of high school guys just giving it their whole heart.
And what about you, Coach? If I try and force an answer.
Yeah, you're not going to get much out of me. But, I mean, the thing, when I look at defense, I really think you got to have communication and people. And when you look at both Graham and Will Garcia and what they do in terms of communicating our defense and getting guys in the right spot, I think is super, super crucial to their defense being successful. But the thing that is so remarkable about this team and is interesting, I've looked at it a couple times, is the stats come out every week, right? And you look, and we don't have a stat leader anywhere. And that's because we have 6 different guys carrying the football. We have 4 different guys who could be the number 1 receiver on any team, right? We've got, it's really cool as a coach. I mean, guys want to be the best, the leading passer in the Valley or the leading rusher in the Valley. And there's been times we've had those, right? But like you look at it each week when it comes out and you're just like, oh, we're second at quarterback. We don't have a leading rusher in the top 10, but yet we have a bunch of guys with 200 yards or whatever, and that's really, I think, what this team's been about and what needs to continue to be about. And we've had, I don't know how many different guys have scored more than 1 touchdown, so and everybody takes a different role each week. Some guys, I talked to the team about this the other day, some guys have a game where they play 40 snaps and the next week they play 2, and they don't complain, and it's just based on the game plan and what we're trying to get done that week and different things. And that makes this team really, really fun to coach, and I think is a big reason for our success.
Well, I think it makes you really hard to stop as well. The years that I've seen Beale City go to Ford Field is those years when you're like, oh, they've got 5 guys with 400 yards rushing. It's, you just don't know who to go after. And now it's Midland week, chance to go unbeaten in the Valley, senior night. It's obviously going to be pretty special. Kyle, how excited are you for this Friday?
I'm pretty pumped up. It's always those Midland games that you just don't have to think about anything. It's just, you just know it has to happen. You get it done.
What about you, Graham?
I don't know if I've ever been so amped for a game.
We've Rich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with We've Rich Financial. We've Rich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit we'verichfinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. We've Rich Financial, member SIPC. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks at M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality.
When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, the Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at the Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. All right, now we are with you here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Pardon me to everybody for not plugging in the correct chords quite in time, but now we're with you live here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Spockman on the mic, Adam Gursky on the camera, and I'll make the joke that was probably the best pregame show that anybody had ever seen, or especially that anybody had ever heard, as your boy didn't come through, but you interview with the boys from Mount Pleasant. A wildcat run from Midland to start the game. Their first play came across, not the 36-yard line, but on the first play, they're going to pick up a first down. So one play, one first down for Midland Dow. Dow right back to the line. In the shotgun for Midland Dow is Cooper Cummings. Looking to find something up the middle. The defense just stands them up right there. And talking with Coach McIntyre and the boys, they said it was the defense this year that has been absolutely unbelievable. It's going to bring up second down and long now for Midland High. Great job stowing things up in the middle from Mount Pleasant on that possession. Out there defensively for the Oilers, you've got Jack Mazurkovic, Levi Hoffman, Kurt Freeling, Taylor Holt. Linebackers, Adrian Castellan, Graham Phillips, and Will Garcia. Noel Helm, Jules Wilson, Riley Olson, and Zay McGinnis in the defensive backfield. Nowhere to go again for Midland. It's going to bring up third down and long. And this is where Mazurkovic and Taylor Holt off that edge can become very, very dangerous for the Oilers. And you've also got to watch out for Castellan, Garcia, and Phillips coming in from their linebacker positions as well. Again, Chris Bachman coming to you live. Barbary Law Studios built by Konwinski Construction. I'll make a joke again that probably the best, first play or two that anybody's ever had here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, because I didn't have everything hooked up for the audio. Shotgun look for Midland High here on this third down. One wide receiver split out here to the near side. Cummings rolling out to his right. He's being chased by Castellan, and he's going to go down. What a defensive play from the junior, Adrian Castellan. Chases down the quarterback for a sack on third down. It's going to bring up fourth down and a mile. A definite punting situation for the Midland Chemics. They come out, they run one play, they get the first down, but then nada after that. Great job by the Oilers. Back deep to receive the kick. I see the dangerous Riley Olson back there. Also out there, Mr. Zay Rodriguez. Going to have a flag before the punt. So I'll stop the play, see exactly what the whistle is here. And we do have the officials mic'd up here tonight, which could be bad, could be good for us. I'll make that joke. Much love, J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, along with Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. So make the joke, they're hoping to cover a whole lot of real estate with this punt. It's going to be an illegal substitution going against the Oilers. Since it was 4th and 16, it's not going to matter that much, but that makes that sack on third down from Castellan a bigger deal, because this could have made it, if they gained a yard or two there, could have made it a fourth down and maybe go for it situation near midfield for Midland, but because of that sack, despite the penalty, they're still going to have to punt this one away. Good blocking on the punt, I should say. It's not going to be a good punt, though. It's going to kind of roll down. It's going to be down at the 35. Midland maybe could have let that roll a little bit longer, but if you're Mount Pleasant, you're saying that is okay. So on the first drive of the game, the Oilers forced what I'll call a 4-and-out. Midland got a first down on the first play, but after that, absolutely nothing. So Mount Pleasant's going to take over. 9:20 left to go in our first quarter. We'll have it at their own 36-yard line. Very similar spot to where Midland started. I believe it was the own 26 or 36 there for Midland. Castellan at quarterback. Going to be an I formation. Look behind him. Lined up at tailback is going to be Jake Hutchins. Hutchins will get the handoff. He's going to be hit hard near the line of scrimmage. A little J&J Auto collision report out there. Nice job by the Midland defensive front. Out there on the stop for Midland was Iman Murray. Again, we're going to have updates coming from all of our other games in the mid-Michigan area as well. You've got the Jack Pine crossover games happening with Clare and Shepherd. You have got Beale City looking to stay undefeated as well, as they take on Leroy Pine River, and also Sacred Academy. Big test for them on the road at Saginaw Novell. Second down look for Xavier Crazier and the crew. They're going to move a man in motion. It's Riley Olson here to the near side. It looks like single coverage. Crazier might want to exploit that. Instead, they're going to throw it quickly out to the far side. It's Zay Rodriguez. Looks to make a man miss. Dives forward for first down yardage. Great effort there from Zay Rodriguez. It was a good hit on the far side of the field from the Midland defensive back, but they didn't wrap up Rodriguez, and so he was able to squirt away a bit. It won't be first down yardage, though. It'll bring up third down and very, very short here. big package coming in now for Mount Pleasant. A whole lot of big bodies. Crazier's coming back in with the play. So running the ball, it's going to be Prosper Anaharona, Brady Edwards, Graham Phillips, and you just heard Hutchins carrying it moments ago. Going to be a whole lot of beef in the backfield here. They're going to hand this one off up the middle. It'll be first down yardage for the Oilers. They didn't get a lot, but they got enough there on the short yardage play. So a couple first downs already here for Mount Pleasant. Actually, pardon me, that's their first down. I thought they had it there on that third down play. They didn't quite get it. But the Oilers on the move, have it near midfield. More love going out to our friends, ENS Graphics, Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Bang and Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunkner Insurance Group, Block Electric, and The Diner. Shotgun look, kind of three up backs, tight ends, you could say, to the left for Crazier. Now they're going to switch out of things into an I formation with Graham Phillips, the deep back in the I formation. He'll get the handoff all the way up the middle. He's going to hit hard right away. In the backfield once again was Amon Murray for Midland High. It's the second time I've called his name here on this possession. It's going to bring up second down and long. And when you talk about this rivalry, it is a special one. Going back the last 20 years, Mount Pleasant has the 11-9 advantage. And the scores, it seems to, they've had a few blowouts, but it seems to be close many a times. Total scores over those 20 years are just separated by 26 points. 516 for the Oilers, 490 for Midland High. A difference of 1.3 points per game. Quick throw over to the far side for Riley Olson. It's going to be incomplete. A little bit of missed timing there between Riley Olson and Xavier Crazier. That's going to bring up third down and long here for Midland. Ball near midfield. For the Oilers here, if you picked up 7 or 8, you might feel comfortable going for it on fourth down. But then again, the way your defense has been playing all year long, if you're Coach McIntyre, might make that decision a little bit easier to punt it away, try and pin Midland back deep. Across that offensive line, it's Omari Booker, Jacob Dale, Court French, Tyler Shell, and Kyle Wallace. Rolling to the near side is Crazier. He doesn't have anybody open. He buys a bit more time, throws it back across his body. It's caught by Zay Rodriguez. No, actually, it's knocked out of the hands of Zay Rodriguez. Big-time play on the far side of the field from A.J. McVitite. It's going to bring up fourth down, a punting situation here for the Oilers. And so similar drives that look like both teams are going to come out and maybe be able to move the football a little bit as they picked up first down, get it towards midfield, but then they stall out, and Mount Pleasant's now going to have to punt it back here with 6:27 left to go in our first quarter. Here comes the punt from Riley Olson. Kind of a rugby-style kick. It takes a roll all the way down to the 10. They don't pick it up. They're going to let it keep rolling all the way down to the 7-yard line. Woo, heading to the sideline. If you are the returner, I don't think head coach Tyler Wellman is going to be very happy for Midland for you letting that one roll. Again, it gave Mount Pleasant about maybe another 10 yards of field position there, and it's really going to back you up. We've got 6:17 left to go in quarter number one. Midland's going to take over from their own 10-yard line. And they picked up a first down on their first play from scrimmage. After that, they were not able to pick up anything. Handoff up the middle. Tailback trying to find some room and nowhere to go. Graham Phillips and a whole lot of Oilers in on the tackle there. Trying to find some running room was the ball carrier, L.J. Gallahue, but there was nowhere for him to go. So it's Cummings at quarterback. That time it was Gallahue at running back as we learn some of these Midland Chemic names together. And I guess say the same for Mount Pleasant as well, as it's our first game with the Oilers. Run through that defense again in the defensive backfield. Zay McGinnis, Riley Olson, Jules Wilson, Noel Helm, Adrian Castellan, Graham Phillips, Will Garcia at linebacker, Jack Mazurkovich, Levi Hoffman, Kurt Freeling, and Taylor Hope at the defensive line. Run to the far side here, trying to find some room is Gallahue. He's going to have first down yardage. He's brought down from behind. We'll see where the spot is to see if they do give him the first down yardage. And you look at this game, 7-0 Mount Pleasant, 4-3 Midland. You look at some of the wins, some of the losses, and you think, well, yeah, Mount Pleasant's got to be a big favorite here. I'll go back to that record over the last 20 years. These two teams, you add up all the scores in the past 20 years. Mount Pleasant, the slimmest 11-9 lead in the series, and an average of just 1.3 more points per game. And so this is a big test here for the Oilers. Don't let that 4-3 Chemic record fool you. Handoff up the middle. Galley, who spins for first down yardage. He might have been hit initially in the backfield. It was a really, really great job to pick up first down yardage. It was number 40, Jake Hutchins, with the tackle there. I'm also going to say Olsen in on the tackle as well, but it will be first down yardage for the Midland Chemics. 3 plays, they pick up a first down. They now have it at their own 21, starting at their own 10-yard line. More love going out. GNS Mechanical, hanging by a thread. Pier Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, and the Diner. It's going to be a shotgun look. 3 wide receivers for Cooper Cummings. He's got 2 wide receivers here to the near side. He's looking out to the far side. It's single coverage. It's going to be overthrown. Closing in on the play as well was Zay McGinnis. That went a little too high for the wide receiver. Make the joke that maybe Riley Olsen could have gone up and got that one. 2nd down and 10 now for Midland High. 5th play of the drive coming up. They're going to come out in the shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers here to the near side, a wide receiver to the far side, but everybody's split in tight. Handoff up the middle. Gallahue trying to get that outside edge. He's not going to get there. Great job by the Oiler defense, kind of stuffing that one, stringing that one out to the far side of the field, not allowing for any running lanes. Got 4:36 left to go here in the first quarter. Midland in the huddle, taking some time to get the play in. Cummings comes in with that play. Heading up to the line of scrimmage are the Chemics. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. In the slot, it's Wilson Kloa. Split out wide, it's DJ Haynes. They're going to hand it off up the middle once again. Gallahue does a nice job. He's very slippery there at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't look like he's going to have much of anything, and then he's able to make something out of it. It's going to bring up 4th down and short here. Be really risky for Midland now to go for it, but if you've got that fake punt run that you've been working on for a while, this could be a spot here to pull it out, as Mount Pleasant does have 2 guys back deep to receive the punt if you're really trying to play that analytics numbers game as well. It will be a punt all the way. A little bit of pressure applied by Mount Pleasant. Riley Olsen looks to field this one at the 40. It's going to take a bad hop. It's fielded by Zay Rodriguez. Oh, boy, that could have been trouble. It looked like it might have initially hit Riley Olsen as he came in for it on the bounce. Off of the bounce of Olsen, Zay Rodriguez came in and saved the day. That's not one of those plays that's going to get wrote down on my play sheet or the box score or anything, but could end up being a very big deal going forward. We've got 3:26 left to go first quarter. The Oilers are going to take over with their second possession of the ball game. They've got it at their own 47-yard line. Really good field position here for the Oilers. They started at their own 36 on the last drive, but they're able to back up Midland to their own 10-yard line. They're winning the field position game here in the first quarter. Now they just need to get into the end zone. Each team, I believe, has picked up 1 first down on these first 3 drives as well, but it will be a penalty on the play going against Midland that will mark off big-time yardage for the Oilers, and so they will actually start now in Midland territory. If you're Coach McIntyre and the crew, this is a drive you have to take advantage of right here. You're starting at the Midland 38 on this drive. First down and 10. 2 running backs in the backfield, a pistol look. They're going to throw it to the near side. Riley Olsen's got it. He makes one man miss, but a great job of Midland coming in to gang tackle on that play. One of the youngsters coming in to make the tackle was John Hines, number 42 for Midland High. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. I like the play design there, but these 2 teams, they play each other every single year. Midland High was ready for that one. A couple substitutions coming in, coming out. Looks like a little bit bigger package coming in with Zay Rodriguez and Mr. Riley Olsen coming out of the game. But you put Jack Mazurkovich out there at tight end, he could really be a big weapon as well for the Oilers. I know he had a 3-touchdown game earlier this year. Still waiting to see Xavier Crazier get out of the pocket to show that ability. Going to be 3 running backs in the backfield for Crazier. 1 wide receiver split out wide. Handoff trying to find some room up the middle is going to be the tailback for Mount Pleasant. There is nowhere for Prosper and Harona to go. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. A defensive stalemate right now between these two teams. Very exciting to see. Clock continues to move. We've got 2:23 left to go here in quarter number 1. They fake the handoff. Krazier looking to go downfield. One-on-one coverage. Running underneath the pass. It's almost caught. It bounces away from the wide receiver. Diving, using every inch of his frame with Zay McGinnis to try and bring it in. But it'll fall incomplete. 4th down and 7. The Oilers probably going to go for it here as they're just inside the Midland 30. Oh, what a call there. It was a great throw and a great effort. That's just a really long throw trying to be executed in high school play. It's just not going to happen every time. Score update from Dave McKinney in Beale City, brought to you by Malley Construction, Brad Malley Weldering, and Clark Modular Homes after this play. We're going to have Mount Pleasant jumping off the false start here. Instead of 4th down and 7, it'll now be 4th down and 12 for Mount Pleasant. But the Aggies already rolling. Ran one offensive play. It was Drew Gross with a 50-yard touchdown run. Beale City leads Leroy Pine River 14-0. Still 7:45 left to go in the first quarter. The Aggies absolutely rolling through the Highland Conference this year. And so the other touchdown for Beale City came off of a punt return from Garrison Zucker. So they've ran one offensive play, and they got 2 TDs. Here comes the 4th down play from the Oilers. Krazier looking to throw, zings it over the middle. It's going to be too tall, almost intercepted. It bounced off of a few hands, but it'll be a turnover on downs. It's going to set up Midland High with a really good field position. We remain scoreless, zip to zip, with 1:55 left to go in our first quarter. If you would have told me this is how the first quarter was going to go, I would have just nodded my head and agreed with you and said as long as these two teams stay close, anything can happen, because that's just what I expect with a Mount Pleasant-Midland Dow battle. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side for Cooper Cummings at quarterback. Remaining at running back is Gallahue. Gallahue will get the handoff, trying to find some room. He's got to cut it back immediately. That cutback will allow him to pick up a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 8. And it seems like every possession, it's 2nd down and 8, 2nd down and 7 for both of these teams. But doing a great job with the defensive front. Give some credit to more of those Mount Pleasant Oilers on that defensive line. Kurt Freeling, Taylor Holt, Levi Hoffman, and Jack Mazurkovich. Talking with, I believe it was Kyle Wallace earlier, asking him about a defensive MVP. He mentioned Kurt Freeling and all the double teams that he's taken on in the middle and how great of a job he has been doing. Shotgun look. Running back to the right of Cooper Cummings. He's going to get the handoff, trying to pour it off to the left side, the far side. Nowhere to go. What a tackle in the open field for the Oilers. Bringing down the ball carrier was Brady Johnston. Oh, pardon me, that was Castellan. I thought it was 20, not 28. It's the second time Castellan's made a big play defensively as we think about that Weber Brothers sawmill timber of the game. It's now 3rd and long for Midland as these two defenses continue to play great. Clock moving, about 45 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Could just be one more play here as we head to the second quarter. Both teams keeping the ball on the ground. The clock moving very, very fast. Mount Pleasant and Midland High here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios. Run all the way with the direct snap to Gallahue. He's going to pour it off to the far side for 4 or 5 yards, but it's going to bring up another 4th down situation here. And with Midland still on their side of the 50, they're going to have to punt this one away. As I say that, I'm waiting for a different package to come in for the Chemics. I'm not seeing it, but that could also bring us to the end of the first quarter. That will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We are scoreless. Mount Pleasant 0, Midland High 0. We've got more score updates for you when we come back here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman on the mic, Adam Gursky on the camera. And here comes the punt from Midland High to start the second quarter. Riley Olson now dropping back to receive it. He's kind of playing up, ready for the fake if it happened, but it will be a punt all the way. Riley Olson calling for a fair catch at the 21-yard line. He will make the catch. We're going to start the second quarter scoreless. Mount Pleasant, Midland High. I'll say it again. I've said it a bunch. You go back the last 20 years, it's a slim 11-9 lead for Mount Pleasant in this series. But in all those 20 games, the two teams are separated by just, 26 points or something like that, 490 to 516. Mount Pleasant with the advantage there. And so the average score of these matchups over the last 20 years has been Mount Pleasant 25.8, Midland High 24.5. So yeah, expect another close one here tonight. Shotgun look for Krazier. Two wide receivers to the far side. It's a run all the way for the talented running back. He spins out of a tackle in the backfield, but then he's going to be hit hard after the spin. Tough quarterback pops right up and heads to the sideline for a play. Or heads to the sideline for the play from Coach McIntyre. He's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. Again, showing some athleticism right there. Maybe should have been a 2-yard loss. Nice spin move in the backfield to just pick up that lone yard. Quarterback trots back in with the play. And the score update I was going to bring you. Clare leads Beaverton 14-0. 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And the Jack Pine crossover. Shotgun look. Krazier wants to throw it early here out to Riley Olson. It's going to be dropped on the play, though. Olson kind of had to crick his head back and catch it at a tough angle, but the senior wide receiver would tell you himself he should bring that one in 10 times out of 10. Third down and long again here for Mount Pleasant. Both defenses just playing extremely well. You go back last year, it was a 10-7 overtime win for Midland High. Could we be headed for something similar to that? And what I love about those type of games is every next play could be the most important play of the game. It's an empty set for Krazier. He's got 4 wide, 2 to each side. He wants to throw. Going down the middle, it's going to be a little too tall for Jack Mazurkovic. It's going to bring up 4th down and another punting situation for Mount Pleasant. We have not seen anybody be able to put a drive together. You go back to that first drive for Mount Pleasant. I'm trying to remember if they had just 1 or 2 first downs, but nobody has been able to move the football here tonight. It has been a defensive battle. Riley Olson back to punt this one away. Gallahue ready to return this one for Midland High. He's been very, very dangerous in the open field. Want to make sure you don't give him anything real good to return. It's not going to be a good punt. It's actually going to take a Midland bounce, and so Mount Pleasant will down it, but Midland will have it at the Mount Pleasant 48-yard line. Midland coming back out here, first possession of the second quarter. They got it to start the game, picked up a first down on their first play. Since then, there's been one more first down and a whole lot of nothing happening. Going to be a shotgun look. Now in at quarterback is going to be Tabor Edwards-Benner. It's no longer Cooper Cummings. They hand it off, nowhere to go up the middle once again for Midland as that defense from Mount Pleasant just continues to be stout. Wheeler in on the tackle there for Mount Pleasant. It's going to bring up second down and just call it 10 for Midland as they didn't really go anywhere on that one. And score updates brought to you by Brad Malley Well Drilling, Clark Modular Homes, and our friends at Malley Construction. 14-0 Clare, 14-0 Beale City, both in the first quarter. Beale City taking on Pine River, Clare taking on Beaverton. Shotgun look. A lot of time for Midland now, flushed up in the pocket is the quarterback. He's got big-time room up the middle, makes a move, looking for first down yardage, bounces off a tackle. Now he's going to be hit hard. It's going to be very close to the first down marker. Kind of wonders if he backtracked it or not. Waiting to see the signal from the official. I don't think they're going to give him first down yardage, so it will bring up third down. But what a run there from Tabor Edwards-Benner, the junior quarterback. Again, it was Cooper Cummings that started at quarterback in the first quarter, but now we've got a different quarterback out there for Midland in the second quarter. And I'm looking to see on the sidelines if I see anybody trying to help out Cooper Cummings, but it looks like, no, he is all right. It's just going to be Edwards-Brenner in there. Tabor Benner hands it off. It'll be first down yardage. And so Midland, maybe the first time they feel some momentum here in this game as they now have it at the Oiler 30-yard line, and they move the chains. Going to be a quick officials timeout here. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Again, you got Benner coming in to play quarterback. Tabor Benner. We're going to skip the Edwards in the middle to make it a little bit easier to say. Was Cooper Cummings starting at quarterback for Midland. Now Tabor Benner out there here in the second quarter. And all kinds of situations could have happened. Maybe Benner was late to school today, and so he couldn't play in the first quarter. But he looked really good running the football on that last play to pick up, on the second to last play on the run to get near the first down before they picked it up. We got Trips wide receivers stacked to the near side. Gallahue in the backfield with Benner. Junior quarterback takes the snap. He wants to throw it downfield. He launches it over the middle. It's intercepted! Intercepted by the Oilers. Picking it off in the end zone is Noah Helm. He now wants to return it on the far side of the field. He'll be dragged down at the 7-yard line. But it's an INT for the Oilers and Noah Helm. Just as Midland started to get some momentum and was threatening to score, they look to go downfield, and it's an interception for Helm. And you start to think about the biggest play of the game, our Bills Custom fabrication of the game. That could be it right there. The throw to the end zone for Midland High to try and take the lead. And it looked like the receiver was open, but then all of a sudden Helm just had an unbelievable break to jump in front of the wide receiver to come up with the interception right at the goal line. And it's actually going to be a penalty on the return going against Mount Pleasant, so they're going to be backing up even further. It was going to be first down and 10 at their own 7. And if you're Helm right there, where you came up with that interception, it was really iffy of, do I take it out, do I take a knee? So you can't really blame him there at all for kind of taking that one out. But it's going to be first down and 10 for Mount Pleasant, but they're going to be backed up with 9:28 left to go in quarter number 2. They're going to have it at their own 4-yard line. Maybe this is just what they needed to get that drive going. Graham Phillips is going to be lined up at tailback. Lined up at fullback is going to be Brady Edwards. Going under center is Krazier as they go in the I formation. Here to the near side at wide receivers, Riley Olson. Handoff all the way to Phillips. Carries a tackler with the, kind of steps over a tackler as he gets across the 10-yard line to the 11. Really cool talking with Kyle Wallace, Graham Phillips, and Coach McIntyre earlier. When they were at Bay City Western, Coach McIntyre said he just looked out on the field. Graham Phillips was out there at running back, and he said he went to ask Coach what's going on. He said Graham said he's in at running back, and he's not coming out. He ended up having the game-winning go-ahead touchdown. Pretty cool stuff for the senior. He's back in the I formation. He's going to get the handoff once again. Pours it off to the near side. He's going to be close to first down yardage. He's brought down at the 16-yard line. And the last thing that he said, if you listen to our pregame interview, was, I have never been so hyped to play a game as this Midland High game. And so having number 4 at running back, you know he is going to be running with everything he has on every single play. An I formation look for the Oilers. Riley Olson split out wide to the near side. Gallahue guarding him. Run all the way for Phillips. He's got first down yardage across the 16-yard line. And again, the way Grant Phillips is hitting that hole, if you're a linebacker, you do not want to meet him one-on-one. So he's putting his head down and just hammering forward there. Excellent play for Graham Phillips on the run for first down yardage for the Oilers. Oilers are going to remain in the I formation. It's Edwards. It's Phillips in the backfield. Phillips gets it once again. Tries to find yardage, just refuses to go down. He kind of ran into a lineman, and the lineman and him just kind of shimmied a little bit out there. But it'll be a positive gain on first down for Graham Phillips as he carries it 4 straight times. The senior's going to come out and get a break here for a moment after that hard run. Second down and 5 for the Oilers. Xavier Krazier back in with the play from the sideline. We are scoreless in the second quarter. 7:34 left to go. Midland, Mount Pleasant. Rivalry for the ages if you live here in mid-Michigan. Nowhere for the ball carrier to go on that one. Excellent play on the defensive side of the ball from Elijah Campbell. Trying to find some room out there on the carry for Mount Pleasant was Mr. Prosper and Harona. Third down. Substitutions coming back in along with Graham Phillips on this third down and short play. This will be the 6th play of the drive coming up. Shotgun look. It's going to be a run all the way for Crazier. He wants to find first down yardage. I don't think he got it. A great push from the defensive line. It'll depend on the spot. It looks like the spot will give him the first down. Waiting to see the signal exactly from the official. And they will give him first down yardage. Nice run there from Crazier. It's Crazier at quarterback. Graham Phillips, Presper Anaharona, Brady Edwards, along with Jake Hutchins carrying the ball so far. Catching the ball, Isaiah Rodriguez, Riley Olson, Jack Mazurkovic. They look to throw. It's going to be caught by Olson on the far side. What a catch from Riley Olson. It kind of goes out and it almost just sticks to his hands on the far side of the field. That'll pick up 5 again. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. We have got 6:10 remaining in the second quarter. We are still scoreless as we head towards our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. Couple substitutions coming in for the Oilers. Checking in is Jules Wilson at wide receiver along with Zay Rodriguez. Might try and spread things out here on this play for the Oilers as they go against this Chemic defense. 3 wide receivers to the near side for Xavier Crazier at quarterback. They're going to hand it off in the backfield. Trying to find some room as the ball carrier pushing forward for first down yardage on the carry. It's Mr. Riley Olson. Say he'll catch it, he'll carry it, he'll do whatever you need him to do. The senior picks up the first down for the Oilers. They now have it at their own 39-yard line. They've now picked up 3 first downs on this drive. It's the first time I think we've had consecutive first downs at all in drives for anybody. 3 wide to the near side here once again. Hand off to Riley Olson again. He tries to find some room on the far side. He's going to be stood up after a gain of 1 or 2. Really nice job gang tackling by the Midland Chemic defense. They weren't going to let Riley Olson push forward for an extra yard or 2. They came in and made sure they pushed him back. One of the guys in on the play was Seth Davis for the Midland Chemics. Crazier coming back in with the play. Shotgun look, 3 wide to the near side. Rolling to the right is Crazier. He wants to throw it. It's going to be caught by Zay Rodriguez for first down yardage. This drive started at the Oiler 4-yard line. They have ran 10 plays. They've covered a whole lot of real estate out there, brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, but they still got a whole lot of real estate to cover as they're just at midfield. Clock continues to move. 4:26 remaining in quarter number 2. They're going to stay with the same shotgun 3 wide receiver set. Now it's 3 wide to the far side. They fake the throw. Crazier's going to have to run this one all the way. Maybe it was a design run. A couple great moves to get away from would-be tacklers. He pours it off across the 45-yard line. We've got a player down for the Oilers. And that was a nice run there from Crazier. Again, we're going to have an injury on the field. We're going to take an injury timeout here, but the Oilers are marching down the field. They'll have it inside the Chemic 45-yard line when we come back right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Still a player down on the field right now for the Oilers. But what a start this game has been, an absolute defensive slugfest. The Oilers right now are in the midst of an 11-play drive where they have picked up, was it four first downs. Before that drive, and again, your boys' math here is never the greatest, but I think the Oilers only picked up one first down on their first possession. It may have been two. That might be my only mistake. But I'm going to say this is the only drive where teams have picked up multiple first downs. As said, it has been a defensive battle. Score updates brought to you by our friends at Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Ithaca up 14-6 with 1 minute left in the first quarter. Shout out to Jeremy Woodcock for keeping me updated on what's going down with Ithaca. And oh boy, next week, Ithaca, Beale City on the gridiron for the first time ever. That is going to be a special one. We might even go live at like 6 o'clock, 6:15 for that one. So we'll have interviews with Coach Hesbrook and Coach Gross getting set up for that as both teams look to make deep playoff runs this year. Speaking of Beale City, Garrison Zucker already with his second touchdown early as they take on, well, it's already rolling with Leroy Pine River. The Aggies up 21-0. Whew. Second down for the Oilers as they come back out onto the field here. It's going to be an I formation look behind Xavier Krazier. Lined up as the deep back is going to be Graham Phillips. Lined up at wide receiver to the far side of the field is Mr. Riley Olson. You hand off all the way for Phillips, trying to find some room off the left side of the line. Does a good job just churning forward. It's going to bring up third down and very short. Yeah, this drive started at the Oiler 4-yard line with 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. There's now 3:50 left to go in the second quarter. They've ran 12 plays, picked up 4 first downs, and have marched down the field trying to make a statement here against this Midland Chemics team. We're going to have a timeout on the field. Actually, there's a player down on the far side of the field now for the Chemics, and so had an injury after the last play for the Oilers, an injury after this play for the Chemics. We will send it out for one more commercial break here as we haven't had all the touchdowns to give us the commercial breaks. We are scoreless with 3:44 left to go in the second quarter, but the Oilers are driving with a third down and 1 at the Chemic 41-yard line after we come back for more high school football here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, blame the refs or Coach McIntyre. Very, very quick timeout there. Well, I guess it was the injury timeout, so my bad. We actually missed that short run there, but it did pick up another first down for the Oilers. Their 5th on this drive. Woo, man. I'm looking to check on the NFHS network for a score and Shepherd, but the scoreboard cam does not look like it's rolling. But it does look like the Blue Jays are ready to kick off, so I'm assuming the Blue Jays have at least scored once in this game. We'll have more updates coming for you. Last we do, Beale up 21-0, Clare up 14-0. Krazier with a nice move at the line of scrimmage, almost gets away from a second guy, but then several Chemics come in to help make the tackle. It was John Hines who got a hold of Krazier. Krazier tried to get away from him. Hines held on to that jersey, and some of his teammates came in to help him make the tackle.
Clock continues to run. We're under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. We are still scoreless. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Oilers. Substitutions coming in. Brady Edwards coming back at his fullback or tight end position. Zay Rodriguez coming back out at wide receiver. And it will be Brady Edwards lined up at fullback with Graham Phillips behind him. 2 wide receivers to the near side. It's Riley Olsen in the slot. It's going to be a pitch for Phillips. He's got big room up the middle, carries tacklers with him for several yards. We'll see if he has first down yardage or not. It's going to bring up 3rd down and very short. Again, the clock continues to move here. It is a bit of a factor now, but Mount Pleasant still has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Frazier quickly back in with the play here. 158. 156, tick, tick, tick goes the clock. T formation, 3 running backs in the backfield behind Xavier Frazier. It's going to be Enna who gets the handoff. He's going to have solid yardage. Prosper Enna on the carry there. It will be a first down. That is their 6th first down on this drive. And again, the math might be off by 1 play, 2 play, or 3 plays. But I've got this coming up as play 17 on the drive for Mount Pleasant. What a march down the field. I believe, again, might be off by a play or 2, but I believe that was play 16 that just gave them their 6th first down on this drive. Again, another shout out to Joe Wentworth, Bryce Updegraff, Palladium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. The Oilers covering a whole lot of real estate on this drive. Also shout out to J&J Auto, Blanco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive. Along with our friends, Woods Household Appliance, sponsor of our pregame show and the best seat in the house. Also love to Weefrich Financial, sponsor of our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game. Think about the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game right now. It's probably got to go to Noah Helm. He made the biggest play of the game, maybe to that Oiler offensive and defensive line as well, clearing some holes. And also Graham Phillips running really, really hard on this drive for the Oilers. First down and 10 for Mount Pleasant at the 20. They got 1:44 and 2 timeouts to work with. They can still pick up 1 first down at the 10-yard line. Shotgun look for Frazier. Lined up to his right is Graham Phillips. In the slot to his right is Riley Olsen. Looks like a run all the way from Frazier. Makes the guy miss initially. He's inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line before he's brought down. Big run there from Frazier. It'll be another first down for the Oilers. Their 7th first down on this march down the field and making a statement against Midland High. Clock continues to run. $1:30 left to go first half. The Oilers now have it 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Shotgun look for Frazier with Phillips to his right. Run all the way for Frazier with Phillips as a lead blocker. Frazier tries to pour it in. He's not going to get there. Great job defensively by the Midland Chemics. Coming up out of that pile for Midland High is going to be Max Hubble on the tackle. That's going to bring up 2nd down. And again, I might be off by a play or 2, but I've got this as play 19 coming up for the Oilers. More score updates. 21-0 at the end of the first. Beale City up. So we are still scoreless here with 47 seconds left in the first half, but the Oilers have got it at the 4-yard line. So big opportunity here for Mount Pleasant, and this is one of those situations where you expect to get into the end zone here, but if you get to a 4th down and you're backed up a little bit, you kind of got to put points on the board here because nobody has scored, not a nilch, 0. And again, Jen Bukovich, shout out to one of the best math teachers around in Beale City. I might be off by a play or 2, but I've got this as play 19 of the drive coming up for Mount Pleasant. And they're huddled back up. Now they're ready to come out of the timeout. In the slot to the far side of the field is going to be Riley Olsen. Lined up at wide receiver the near side is Zay Rodriguez. It's Enna and Frazier in the backfield in the shotgun.
Frazier fakes it, now looking to roll out, going to the corner of the end zone, going up, making the catch. No, it's going to bounce away from Riley Olson. Great defense on the far side of the field. Staying with it all the way was Cooper Cummings in his defensive back position. If he gives up on that play, it would have been easy to do. That's Riley Olson coming down with the touchdown catch, but since he stayed with it all the way, he's able to break up the pass attempt. What a play over there in the corner by Cummings. Looked like Olson had it, then Cummings got his hand in between the ball and the helmet and kind of knocked it back. It's going to bring up 3rd down and goal. And again, play 19, play 20 of the drive here. Again, your boys losing count because I can't count that high. 2 running backs in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Frazier looking to roll the outside. He tries to get that outside edge. He's not going to get there. He's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And so it could be a field goal attempt here coming up for the Oilers as just as I mentioned, they got backed up. The clock continues to run. We're now under 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. We are still scoreless. It's now 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line for the Oilers. And again, I'm losing count here, but this is like play 20 coming up on the drive. If you're Midland, you somehow go into the half with this game still scoreless, you're going to feel really, really good about things. Frazier with Coach McIntyre on the sideline. I think we'll probably see a timeout here from the Oilers. You can't take them with you. They let things continue to run down. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and they now will take the timeout with 3.9 seconds to go. And I do think we will see a field goal attempt coming up for the Oilers. If not, we might head into halftime scoreless, which is something you just don't see a whole lot in high school football. What a battle it has been between these two teams. 0-0. As I mentioned, you go back the last 20 years, you look at the average score per game between these two teams. It's Mount Pleasant 25.8, Midland High 24.5. So you expect it to be this close between these two teams, but what you don't expect is for it to be scoreless at this point. Again, both teams averaging around 25 points per game every time they match up the last 20 years. That has not been the case here in this one. 4th down decision coming up for the Oilers. So I'm trying to talk through my mind of, there are good reasons for going for it, not going for it. If you've got the field goal kicker that you're confident in, you're going to kick it, but that is a really, really tough kick to make. The Oilers are coming out to go for it on 4th down. Xavier Crazier's lined up in the gun, lined up in the slot to the near side is Riley Olson. It's Graham Phillips in the backfield with Crazier. Now we're going to have a timeout coming from Midland High. Oh, boy, this one just kind of percolating this play. Everybody knows how big it is. Talk about the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. This is one of those type of plays. No matter what happens here, this could be the fabrication of the game because it's the most important play of the game. Midland did get the ball to start the game. Mount Pleasant will get the ball to start the second half. And it does look like we might have a different unit coming out there now for the Oilers. So maybe a change of heart from the coaching staff, and they'll now come out to try and kick the field goal. We will see what's going down here exactly. It does look like Carter Maxson, the senior kicker, is dropping back to boot this one away. Here we go. The Oilers looking to take the lead. Maxson trying to line it up. Just kind of waiting for the officials to set things. Midland piling up near that line of scrimmage, trying to block this kick to keep this game scoreless. Snap is a little high. They get it down. The kick is up. It is good from Carter Maxson. The Oilers take a 3-0 lead, and I'm just going to call it a 20-play drive. It might have been a couple less than that, maybe even one more. But we head to the half with our score 3-0, or actually, is there still? Nope, there is no time left on the clock. We've got our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report coming right up. The Oilers take the lead on the last play of the half. It is 3-0. Back with our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road, or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom. Welcome on into our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. In just a couple minutes, we'll have This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross and hear from some more of our great sponsors, because there's not really a whole lot to kind of quote-unquote reset things here in the first half. As you see it on the scoreboard, the Oilers are up 3-0. That's it. They scored on what I'm going to just call a 20-play drive. Was I off by a play or two? I'm sure I was. But before that, it was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. 4 and out with a turnover on downs, a 6 and out with 1 first down. Yeah, first 3 drives of the game, each team had a first down. That was it. The next 3 drives, no first downs. The next 2 drives, Midland finally picks up a first down in the second quarter. But then the Oilers get it with 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. They take the entire 9:28 off the clock. They run 20 plays. They pick up 7 first downs. They end up stalling out a little bit near the goal line to only end up with a field goal. But that's it. That is all the scoring in this one. 3-0, Mount Pleasant with the lead over Midland High. The Oilers looking to finish the Saginaw Valley League undefeated. It's not going to be easy against rival Midland High. We're going to send it off to This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross. We'll come back with a little bit more halftime chat, and then we will have the second half. Mount Pleasant, Midland, the Oilers lead at 3-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beale City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Silva Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Silva family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car, and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSilvaAutoSales.com. Dick Silva Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, Organization, what's on the outside, does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
We're less than 2 weeks away from crowning a field hockey champion and from announcing the pairings for the football playoffs. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Most football teams have 2 regular season games left this year before Selection Sunday and the start of the postseason. Let's take you through the next couple of weeks on the gridiron. Sunday, October 26th, is Selection Sunday. The 32 teams with the most playoff points in each of the 8 11-player divisions will be divided into district pairings. In 8-player, the top 16 teams in each of the 2 divisions will qualify for postseason play. The Selection Sunday show will air live on the NFHS network at 5 p.m. 11-player districts start October 31st, as do the 8-player regionals. Staying with 8-player, regional finals will begin November 7th. The semifinals are Saturday, November 15th. And the 8-player finals are Saturday, November 22nd at the Superior Dome in Marquette. And those games will be live on the NFHS network. In 11-player, district finals start November 7th. Regionals will be November 14th and 15th. The 16 semifinals will be played on Saturday, November 22nd, with the finals Friday and Sunday after Thanksgiving at Ford Field. Both days of finals will kick off at 9:30 a.m. The even divisions will play on Friday. The odd divisions will play on Sunday. And all 8 finals will air live on the NFHS network. The NFHS network is your home for the postseason from Selection Sunday to the finals. Sign up and subscribe at nfhsnetwork.com. And to see your team's playoff points and where they rank within their division, check out MHSAA.com and click on football. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Olivet senior golfer Jocelyn Rolston. She captured the first regional golf championship in school history, earning a trip to the state finals in the process. Harper Woods wide receiver Dakota Garant, he had a 99-yard kickoff return for touchdown and caught a touchdown in a 41-32 win over previously unbeaten Saline. And to the Bark River Harris football team, they beat Iron Mountain in Week 2 for the first time in school history, and then beat them again in Week 7, clinching a share of the Western Peninsula Athletic Conference Iron Championship.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're on the tennis court today, returning a ball that our opponent has hit. We swing, hitting the ball with the strings and then again with the frame of the racket as our swing continues. The double hit ball goes over the net and bounces past our opponent for a point. Or is it our point? Can you hit the ball twice? You can, if it's all part of one continuous swing. You can hit the ball more than twice even, as long as it's the same swing. You can't intentionally hit the ball twice or hit the ball and then re-hit it. It's illegal if you deliberately catch or carry the ball and then hit it again. But if your double hit is part of one smooth swing, the stroke counts and play continues.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The inaugural MHSAA Field Hockey Tournament is off and running. The playoffs started with 36 teams and will be down to the final 8 by the end of the week. Those 8 teams will play in the regional finals on October 20th. The semifinals are Wednesday, October 22nd at Ann Arbor Huron High School, Game times are 5 and 7 p.m. And the very first MHSAA Field Hockey Championship will be played Saturday, October 25th at Tom Holzer Field in Northville. The game starts at 11 a.m. Tickets for all of the remaining field hockey playoff games can be purchased at gofan.co. And games can be seen on the NFHS network, including both semifinals and the championship. For scores, updated brackets, tickets, and more, check out the field hockey page at mhsaa.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction, and our Gates of Drilling and Service halftime report. Much love going out to Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, sponsor of our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game, Woods Also the Planks, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. And right now, if you think about the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the Game and our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game, you got to be thinking about Carter Maxson, the senior kicker from Mount Pleasant, who came in and kicked, a 27-yarder or so at the end of the half to put Mount Pleasant up 3-0. That's right. The score is 3-0. Mount Pleasant with the lead. They got the ball with 9:28 left to go in the second quarter at their own 4-yard line. Midland didn't get it back. The Oilers picked up 7 first downs. I have them for 20 plays. I'm sure it's off by a little bit, but they were able to get a field goal going into the half and a 9-minute, 28-second possession going into the half. Here's the crazy thing. Mount Pleasant gets the ball to start the second half. If they run a couple minutes off the clock, Midland could go a whole quarter of football game time without touching the football. You talk about tough to build momentum. You talk about tough to feel like you're in a game. It's only 3-0, but I'll say it again. You haven't touched the ball since 9:28 left to go in the second quarter, and now you got to kick it back off to Mount Pleasant. So the Oilers only up by 3, but it maybe feels like a little bit more than that momentum-wise after their 90-yard march down from their own 4-yard line to get into field goal range for the senior kicker, Carter Maxson. Going to take another break here on our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. When we come back, we're going to get you set up for this second half, see if we have any more score updates coming. 21-14, Ithaca up on Fowler at the half. Beal up big, Clare up big. Last we knew, we'll continue to check in with those games. Still looking to get that Shepherd Blue Jay score out there as well, as along with Sacred Heart Academy. So we'll be right back after this. The start of the second half, Mount Pleasant, Midland, the Oilers lead at 3-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Do got a score update. Shepherd St. Louis, according to my main man, Nick Cole, tied at 8 at the half. We'll continue to get updates on those Jack Pine crossovers. Still look for an update of Sacred Heart Academy taking on Saginaw Novell on the road. We will see the Irish again next week as they close out their regular season and hope to head on into the playoffs as they'll be hosting Lake City next Saturday. But next Friday, oh boy, it's going to be a doozy. For the first time ever, 2 of the most historic football programs in Michigan High School Athletic Association history are going to play each other on the football field. Beal City at Ithaca. It looks like Beal City's going to go into that game at 8-0. Ithaca right now looking like they're going to go into that game at 7-1 as long as they can hang on to beat Fowler. But you look at the last several games that Ithaca has played, it has had a much, much tougher schedule the last few games than the Aggies have. But boy, the Aggies have absolutely rolled. They've only given up, I'll say, 1 meaningful touchdown this year. They bested Ravenna 15-2 in week 1. It was like 68-7 when Roscommon scored on them. When McBain scored a touchdown on them, it made the game 28-7, so they were still up by 3 touchdowns. They haven't given up a whole lot the last 2 weeks. Here we go. Start of the second half here for the Oilers. They'll get the football. And I'll say it again, if the Oilers hang on to the ball for 2.5 minutes, Midland will go a whole entire quarter of game time, not just time, game time, without touching the football. That's just got to do something to your psyche if you're the offense. Here comes the kick. It's going to go into the corner of the end zone. Really nice kick there for Midland. The Oilers will have it at their own 20-yard line. And I'm going to say it again. The Oilers finish the half with a 9-minute, 20-some second drive. They could just hold on to the football here for 4 or 5 minutes, get into the end zone, maybe in another field goal. You're just going to put Midland High really in a tough spot as they just haven't had the football for long tonight.
The Oiler offense a little bit slow coming out onto the field after that kickoff, but the official still hasn't marked the ball at the 20-yard line. They put it right down in the middle of the field, and they're out there. That offensive line, Court French, Jacob Dale, Tyler Schell, and Kyle Wallace. Krazier at quarterback, Mazurkovic at tight end, Rodriguez, Olsen at wide receiver, Brady Edwards in there at fullback. Right now, a deep running back. We'll see if that's Graham Phillips or if it's Prosper and Harona getting up out of the pile. Actually, it's going to be Jake Hutchins on the carry there for Mount Pleasant. He's going to pick up, we'll call it 3 on that first play. Hutchins coming out of the game. Coming in for him, be Devonair Murray. Second down play. I formation look once again for the Oilers. At fullback out there is big Jack Mazurkovic. Get the handoff to the deep back. Trying to find some room out there, but there is not much room on the carry for Murray. Actually, they're going to give him a pretty solid spot out there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Again, this is big for Midland High here. If the Oilers pick up this first down, it's just going to seem like a million years since your offense has been out there. Last time Midland had the football, they were punting it back to the Oilers with just under 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And yes, I know I've said that a bunch, but I'm going to continue to talk about it because it's something that I have not really seen. Riley Olsen is now in the backfield with Xavier Krazier. 3 wide receivers for Krazier. 2 split here to the near side. They fake the handoff to Olsen. Throw the short pass out. It's caught by Mazurkovic. He breaks away from one man and another. Down the sideline to the 50 before he's forced out of bounds. First big play we've seen from the passing game from either team essentially here tonight, it feels like. 25-yard pickup as the Oilers move it into Kemek territory. Big-time play there. And again, the clock will start again. 10:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Brady Edwards checking back into the game for Mount Pleasant as Krazier comes back in with the play. 2 wide receivers split to the far side. It's Mazurkovic in the slot. Split wide, it's Riley Olsen. Krazier wants the quarterback draw all the way. Burst of speed up the middle, across the 40-yard line, brought down at the 36. It's the first time we've really been able to see the explosion from Krazier in the open field as he saw a small gap up the middle for that quarterback draw and took advantage of what little they gave him for 10 yards, and he'll pick up the first down. The Oilers are in business. They've got it at the Midland 37-yard line. Clock continues to run. And after this next play for the Oilers, I'll say it again, Midland's offense has not been on the field for an entire quarter of game play now. Something unheard of. I don't care the level of football it is. Little shovel pass up to Graham Phillips. He's going to pick up maybe 4 or 5 on the play. We've got play 6 of the drive coming up here. And I'll say it again, the Oilers started their last drive with 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. They ran off the entire second quarter clock before they kicked a field goal, and then they get it back here in the third quarter. So this is 25 straight plays ran by the Oiler offense on the field without the Kemek offense running a single play. Krazier coming in with the play. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Gates Drilling and Service halftime show, along with the Woods Household Appliance pregame show. We've got the Bird All-American Grill postgame show coming up after this one. Only place you'll ever find this guy postgame and is the Bird All-American Grill in downtown Mount Pleasant. Fake handoff, run for Krazier. He's going to get inside the 30-yard line before he's brought down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short for the 7th play of the drive coming up for Mount Pleasant. Murray in on the tackle once again. He's been all over the place from his defensive line position for Midland High. Big 3rd down here for the Oilers. Definitely 4-down territory. Expect Coach Mack to probably keep it on the ground here and maybe give Krazier an option to throw or run rolling out. 8:25 left to go, third quarter. Oilers have it just inside the 30-yard line of Midland. They lead it 3-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios. Run up the middle for Graham Phillips. He's got 1st down yardage as he pours it ahead to the 25-yard line. Oilers started this drive at their own 20. This will be play number 8 coming up here on 1st down. They have picked up 3 of those 1st downs. Big play of the drive was a catch from Jack Mazurkovic. Got at the Kemek 25-yard line. Substitutions coming in. Those substitutions, replacement parts brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. They've got all the replacement parts for your vehicle. It's the state finalist wrestler, Chase Willie, coming in to play fullback. The sophomore seeing if he can get a carry here. He will on the pitch. Tries to find some room. He's going to be brought down by 2 tacklers from Midland at the 25. Maybe a gain of a half yard there for Willie. 2nd down and 9 for the Oilers. But again, that clock continues to run. I officially feel safe saying this is the longest I've ever gone without seeing a team run an offensive play. Midland has not snapped the ball on offense going back to just under 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter as the Oilers continue to drain this third quarter clock away. They lead it 3-0 and are on the march. 2nd down and 8. Fake the handoff. Frazier looking downfield. Now he's got to run it. Great juke move at the line of scrimmage. Now he spins ahead down to the 10-yard line. He's got 1st down yardage. What a run from Xavier Frazier. Little shimmy at the line of scrimmage to get away from a would-be tackler. And then kind of spun off a tackle as well. Looks like he was hit hard after that spin, but Frazier is a lot tougher than I am. The Oilers now have it 1st down and 10 at the 11. Play number 10 of the drive coming up. The Oilers have picked up 4 first downs on this march. It started at their own 20-yard line, covering a whole lot of real estate. Brought to you by Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Bradium Realty. Run all the way for Frazier. Cuts it back, pours it inside the 5-yard line. Dragging tacklers, then he's eventually pushed back. Going to be a 5-yard pickup. The Oilers still can pick up a 1st down inside about the 3 or 2.5 over there, I'm going to call it. Graham Phillips checking back into the game. And Harona checking back out of the game. So when we've seen Phillips in there, he's been running it out of the I formation look and been running it with a lot of vengeance. More substitutions coming in and out for Mount Pleasant. It's going to be Riley Olson lined up in the backfield, in the shotgun, lined up right up in front of them. To the right is Graham Phillips. They're going to throw the little shovel pass to Phillips. We've got a flag coming in. Phillips is into the end zone for a touchdown, or is he? No, he gets down to the 2-yard line, doesn't get into the end zone, but we do have a flag on the play. This is going to be a big flag one way or the other. It's either going to give the Oilers a 1st down or it's going to back them up near the goal line. They ran that play a few moments ago where you show the option play with Riley Olson. And it's going to be a holding going against Mount Pleasant. This is not where you can have that penalty occur. As it was 2nd down and 5. It would have been about 3rd and 2 if the result of that play was going to hold. But now they're going to mark off 10 yards because of the hold. And the Oilers will have to do 2nd down once again. It's going to back them all the way up just outside the 15-yard line. We've got 5:42 left to go in quarter number 3. The Oilers lead Midland 3-0. The Oilers have ran 30 offensive plays since the Chemics have ran a single offensive play. They had a 9-minute, 28-second drive to end the first half, which ended with a field goal on the last play. They got the ball to start this third quarter. They've now ran off over half the clock on offense here. It's going to be a run all the way for Frazier. Tries to get away from one guy, but the second, the third, and the fourth, Chemic come in to help make the tackle. Again, play number 12 of the drive coming up here. The time of possession in this game has been absolutely owned by the Oilers, but the problem is the scoreboard does not really reflect that, as it still just shows 3-0. 3rd down and 11 for the Oilers. They've got it at, the 12, 13-yard line here. They can pick up a 1st down, but without getting into the end zone here. Big package coming in for the Oilers. Brady Edwards coming back out there. Also coming back out there is going to be Ben Mora. I formation look. Riley Olson, one-on-one coverage here to the near side. Let's see if they go that way. They fake it. Rolling that way is Frazier. Zings it towards the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Good defense as the Chemics knock it away. That's going to bring up 4th down and 11 from the 12, 13-yard line.
decision time once again for Coach McIntyre and the crew. Do you go for it here? Do you try and kick the field goal? You have 3 points to 6 points. How big of a deal is that in high school football? I think the Chemics, if they don't have a kicking game, maybe you go for this here. But if you knew they did have a kicking game, they could tie it. Maybe you don't go for it. They will go for it here. 4th down and 11 from the 12. Play 13 of the drive. Started at the Oiler 20-yard line. Frazier takes the shotgun snap. He's hitting the pocket, throws it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Mazurkovic. It was great coverage on the play from Rostin Delgado to break it up. So 13 plays. It's going to be a turnover on downs at the 12-yard line of Midland. Whoo, boy. Again, you talk about the play of the game. That's going to be one to remember right there. The Oilers remain up 3-0. Midland takes over with 4:23 left to go in quarter number 3. They have it at their own 12-yard line. That is one good thing. If you're Mount Pleasant, you do have them backed up because of your long drive. Pistol formation, they hand it off up the middle. Big-time running room for the tailback. Pouring it ahead is Gallahue. He's got big-time yardage on the first play of the drive for Midland High. They get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. And when you haven't ran an offensive play at about a quarter and a half of game time, that's how excited you're going to be to come out there. You've got 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 split out to the far side for Benner, the quarterback. He drops back. He wants to throw. There's nobody open. Now he throws it out in the flat. Mazurkovic there to blow up the play. It is incomplete. Jack Mazurkovic got around the block, got into the backfield to absolutely blast the would-be wide receiver. It's now 2nd down and 10 for Midland High. They've got it at their own 30-yard line. We remain scoreless. We remain just a 3-0 score. 8-8 Shepherd, St. Louis at the half. Last we knew, Clare was up 14-0. Beale City up big against Leroy Pine River. Still waiting to get an update on that Sacred Heart Novell score. Handoff nowhere for Gallahue to go on this one. Several Oilers in the backfield to bring down the ball carrier. One of the first guys to get there was the linebacker, Will Garcia. It's going to make a 3rd down and 12 here for Midland High as this Oiler defense continues to play absolutely lights out against the Chemics. 3rd down and long. Benner coming back in with the play for the Chemics. 3 wide to the near side. Looking that way is Benner. He stutters, throws it over the middle. Nobody home. There was nobody. It must have been a miscommunication on the route because there was nobody home for Midland. And so it's going to be they'll call it a 4-and-out here as they pick up the 1st down on the first play of the drive, but now they're going to have to punt this one away as they face a 4th down and 11. After this here, I'm going to reset things to tell you how impressive this Mount Pleasant defense has been this year, and in particular here tonight. And again, you think about time of possession, Midland just doesn't hold it at all just for a minute there. A lot of pressure on the punt, but they do get it off. Coming up to field with a fair catch is going to be Riley Olson. Mount Pleasant will start with it at their own 39-yard line. Again, they've essentially dominated this game, except just not on the scoreboard. So you go back, 9:23 left to go in the second quarter. The Oilers run off that entire clock. Then you come out here in the third quarter. They run 7 minutes or so off the clock here. Then if you're Midland, you get it back. You only run a minute off the clock, even though you do pick up a 1st down. The Oilers are winning every part of this game, field position, time of possession, just 1st down wise, total yards wise. They are up in every category, but the scoreboard is only showing that slimmest of leads right now, 3-0. Shotgun look for Frazier. He's got 2 wide to the near side. Handoff up the middle, trying to find some room as the tailback. There was nowhere to go. It's another short gain. And a Harana on the carry there. And a Harona, on the carry there. 2nd down and 9. So Harona comes out of the game. Mazurkovic checking back in for him. Actually, never mind. It's not going to be Mazurkovic coming back in. Brady Edwards also coming back out. Placing Edwards as Mora. Frazier back in with the play. 2nd down and 9. Clock continues to move. 2:30 left to go in our third quarter. 2 wide receivers to the far side for Xavier Frazier. Got a flag coming down on the play. This is going to back up the Oilers 5 yards. Instead of 2nd and 9, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 14. So Midland on the year, they've scored 35, 10, 14, 35, 21, 14, and 42. So this is a team that has put up points every single week. Bay City Western, Traverse City Central, Portage Northern, the only games where they didn't score 20-plus points this year. Right now, the Oilers have got them with a big goose egg here towards the end of the third quarter. 2nd down and 14 with 2:27 left to go. Shotgun look for Frazier. 2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near. Frazier wants to throw. He's got some time. Going over the middle, tosses it up. It's going to be double coverage, broken up. Going up to make a play was Mazurkovic, but there was 2 Chemics there to knock it away from the big tight end. 3rd down and long coming up for the Oilers. As I continue to give credit to this Oiler defense, I need to give some credit to the Chemic defense because they've been out there the whole game now that I really think about it, and they've only given up those measly 3 points. So over on that far sideline, if you're Coach Tyler Wellman, you're feeling pretty darn good about your defense. You just got to get your offense going. If you're Coach Mack, you're saying the same thing. Frazier wants to go long. He's under pressure, wants to get away from the tackler. He will not be able to get away. In the backfield once again, Zeman Murray. He has been all over the place. Murray with his 4th or 5th play in the backfield for Midland. It's a big sack on 3rd down, and that is going to force the Oilers to punt this one away. Back deep to receive the punt is Gallahue. We are still at a 3-0 score. Clock with about $1:40 left to go. Bit of a rugby kick here. It's going to take a bounce. Gallahue is going to have to step away from it. Might be by design there from the Oilers. They don't want Gallahue to get the ball on the run in the open field. But it's a 3-and-out for Mount Pleasant. Midland will get it back with 1:31 left to go here in the third quarter. What a game this has been. Not the usual type of football game that you're used to seeing, but I'll say it again, I say it often in these close ones. What's so cool about this game, you're waiting. You're just waiting for that Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. What will be the play that will turn things for the Oilers or the Chemics? Benner in the gun, 3 wide, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Handoff nowhere for the ball carrier to go. There is 4, 5, 6 Oilers teaming up to bring down the ball carrier. Benner, he can go nowhere after the fake handoff. Tried to keep that one and fool the defense. The Oilers were ready for it. 2nd down and long for the Chemics. And last year, this was a 10-7 game. We're headed for another very, very low-scoring game. Shotgun look, 2 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side for Benner. He's got some time. Looking. Now he's under pressure. He's going to go down. The ball is loose. It's recovered by Midland. In the backfield, bringing down the quarterback, forcing the fumble. Looked like it was the junior, Coda Vincent, coming out of there. Big 70, no, it's 79 coming out of the pile. Mr. Cade Wheeler. That's going to bring up 3rd down and a country mile for the Chemics. So a big sack on the last drive for Murray. Big sack on this drive. Coming from Wheeler. Big defensive end. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We head to the 4th. It's a Slabanaka. It's a defensive battle. It's a barn burner. The Oilers lead it 3-0 at the end of the third quarter. Headed back with a 4th right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Start of the fourth quarter, the Oilers lead it 3-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They've dominated everything in this game. Field position, time of possession, yards gained, first downs. But one big play still could get Midland ahead in this game. Cooper Cummings out there at wide receiver. And at quarterback is Benner. It's an empty gun. Cummings now switching sides. We got some confusion out here from the Chemics on the first play of the fourth quarter. Maybe in danger of a delay of game. They will get the snap off. Looking to throw is Benner. He rolls out to the far side of the field. He's being chased. Spins around one guy and another. Now he throws it downfield. Caught near the midfield, but he's going to be across the line of scrimmage when he threw the football. He was really close, but that's going to back it up. And this is where the Gursky video replay that we kind of have here, our Facebook feed, is a few seconds behind me being live. So I'm actually going to kind of be able to go back and watch and see where he was near the line of scrimmage or not. So as we take a look at it, he was really close. I think he actually got it off because your whole body's got to be across the line of scrimmage, or at least that's the NFL rule for it, but it does change when you go down each level. And they will say that he did cross that line of scrimmage. And so it would have made it about 4th and 2 for Midland with it at near midfield if that ball was caught. Now it's going to back them up even more, and it will also be a loss of down as well. And so tough situation here for the Chemics. They're going to mark off the yardage as well. Again, right now it says 4th and 19. And we've got more score updates coming in, brought to you by Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Clark Modular Homes. At the half, the Clare Pioneers up 34-0. At the half, Beale City up 35-0. Fowler now up on Ithaca 22-21 with 6:40 left in the third as they get a TD and a 2-point conversion to take the lead. Boy, Ithaca's been playing some barn burners the last few weeks. I hope it's the same next week when they host the Beale City Aggies. Riley Olsen standing at the 30, now backing up. He'll field it at the 24-yard line. Has some momentum going back, trying to get to the far side of the field. What coverage out there from the Chemics. Coming all the way down was DJ Haynes to make the tackle. But again, Midland just continues to go 3 and out. They don't take any time off that clock. I guess maybe it's good in this situation. Mount Pleasant has it with 11:34 left to go in the third quarter. So again, just about a 2-minute drive there for the Chemics. You look at their other drive, it was 1 minute and 15 seconds. And so going back to 9:23 left in the second quarter, Midland's had the ball for a total of 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Ooh, boy. Handoff goes to Graham Phillips. He pours it up the middle, out to the 35, 36-yard line before he is brought down. They're going to give him 6 yards on the play to bring up second down. So for the Oilers here, you come down and score, you are probably going to win this football game. That's been easier said than done, though, in this defensive battle between these two squads. I formation look. Graham Phillips and Brady Edwards in the backfield behind Xavier Frazier. Phillips gets the handoff all the way, trying to find some room on the far side. There was not much there as he gets up to the 37-38. It will bring up third down and short. Again, not much there, but just enough. You get those 3-4 yards of play, you're now looking at third down and 2. We've got a heavy package coming in for the Oilers. Taylor Hope coming in along with a couple other big linemen as well as Frazier brings in the third down and short play here. Mount Pleasant leads Midland 3-0 here in the fourth quarter. A defensive battle between these two Saginaw Valley rivals. Handoff all the way goes to Graham Phillips. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 45. Refuses to go down. Carrying tacklers to the Midland Chemic 45. What a run from Graham Phillips right there. Refused to go down. looking like Frank Zonka on the Larry Zonka on the play, just carrying guys with him for extra yardage. What an effort out there from Graham Phillips. And I'll go to our conversation yesterday. He said he's never been so pumped, never been so jacked up for a game as this one. Senior night, looking to finish the Valley season undefeated, taking on your rival Midland that beat you 10-7 last year. And Graham Phillips is playing his heart out. Think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. He has got his hat right there in the running. Now a handoff to Prosper and Harona, and he's going to have a nice carry of 4 or 5 yards. And Mount Pleasant is now at the Midland Chemic 40-yard line. The clock continues to churn. 9:30 left to go in our ball game. And I'm going to say it again. Since 9:30 left to go in the second quarter, Midland has had the ball for a total of 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm talking like 33 minutes of game time here if they continue to hold the football here. What a job, the time of possession from the Oilers. And Harona continues to churn his legs. He's going to be really close to first down yardage. We'll see if they give it to him with the forward momentum. Another score update. The Fowler Eagles lead Ithaca 28-21. They're up 22-21, scored a TD, went for 2 to try and go up 9. They did not get it. And that will be a first down on the run for Ed Harona. Again, the clock continues to move. Under 9 minutes remaining in the ball game. Two kind of fullbacks line up right behind the left guard and left tackle for Mount Pleasant as they hand this one off to Hutchins on the run. He's going to pick up, we'll call it 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. And right now, if you're this Midland defense, you think about how long they have been on the field, how many plays they have had to play tonight. It is just bonkers. Again, it was 33 consecutive Mount Pleasant plays from the second to the third quarter before Midland ran 1 play. Then they picked up a first down, then went 3 and out. On their last drive, it was 3 and out again. Mount Pleasant just dominating time of possession. Riley Olson carries tacklers with them to pick up a first down for the Oilers. And as my man Brian Weefrich would say at Kelly Short Stadium, move those chains. What a drive here from the Oilers. A statement drive as they look to finish the Valley season undefeated. We've got 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, they've got it at the Midland Chemic 22-yard line. This will be the 8th play or 9th play of the drive coming up. They remain with like the 2 fullbacks lined up right behind left guard, left tackle. They will continue to run it that way. Pouring ahead is Riley Olson. Now see what they give him out here. 4 yards on the play. Now, I was going to say he got 3 on that one. Substitutions coming in and out. Those substitutions brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Automotive. They have got the replacement parts, the substitution parts for your vehicle. Riley Olson's going to get himself a well-deserved break as he comes out of the game. And think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game brought to you by Weefrich Financial. I mentioned Graham Phillips in the performance. But so far, our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game, you got to go back early in the first half. The interception from Noel Helm, the one time that Midland was a threat to score. Helm picked it off in the end zone. Hand off to Phillips. He pours ahead. Big time clearing of space out there from Cade Wheeler as Phillips runs right behind Wheeler for great yardage, 3rd down and short. And I'll say it again, the clock continues to move as the Oilers own this game in the time of possession. I don't know if I've ever seen a game at any level with the time of possession this lopsided. Again, since 9:20 left to go in the second quarter, Midland's only had it for 3 minutes and 15 seconds, 7 plays. Hand off to Hutchins. He's got the first down off the far side of the field. So I mentioned 7 plays from Midland since going all the way back to 9:28 left to go in the second quarter for Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant has ran, let's see here, 33, 36, 46 plays to those 7 plays. We're going to have a timeout on the field coming from Midland. What a performance from the Oilers in that line of scrimmage. I'll say it again. Since 9:28 left to go in the second quarter, the Chemics have ran 7 plays. The Oilers have ran 46 to those 7 plays. I have never seen, heard anything like that. Thanks to more of our great sponsors. Mentioned Weefrich Financial moments ago. Sponsor is 8 Batchelor Bar of the game. Also love to Woods Household Appliance. Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Law. Along with J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. And as they give me a little bit more time here, I'll do it again. Friends at Dance Again, Dresco Simon Shop in Wademan. Also love the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons, the Beale City Village Store, always my last stop before a Beale City game, or I guess subbing out in Beale City as well. Also love to Sydney's Judges Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place. Almost up north, Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, the Fisher Companies, and Kenneth Egger, DDS. Same look with those 2 big guys lined up right behind left guard, left tackle. Call it a double fullback, weak eye formation. Jumping off sides is Midland. That'll give a free 5 yards to the Oilers. And with the way this game has been played in the trenches, those 5 yards are going to be a big, big deal. Running clock in the second half for Clare, for Beale City. Lastinue still 8-8 in Shepherd with Shepherd and St. Louis. Looking for another update here from Jeremy Woodcock. Rondi throws a TD, 2-point no good. Or pardon me, it was a pick from Fowler. So Fowler's now up 34-21 against Ithaca in that one. Changing the play is Crazier. It's a handoff all the way to Graham Phillips. He's going to be hit hard right away in the backfield. Excellent defensive play from A.J. McVitie. It's going to bring up the 12th play of the drive here. Second down. But again, if you're Mount Pleasant, you essentially still picked up 5 yards on that play if you want to be positive about it via the penalty. We are under 6 minutes left in the ball game. It's still Mount Pleasant 3, Midland High 0. Crazier comes in with the play. The Oilers at the Chemic 6-yard line. You got a feeling if they get 7 here, it could put the nail in the coffin, brought to you by our friends at Barry Funeral Home. But if you only get 3, Chemics are definitely still in this game. Fake it one way, go the other way. It was red all the way, but Hutchins still gets away from one man down to the 5-yard line before he's brought down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4, or a long 3, or maybe they'll even call it 5 here on the scoreboard. What a battle between these two teams, and I got to give them more credit. The Midland Chemic defense, they have just been out there. I don't know what other way to put it. The entire game, it's like they've been out there. Mount Pleasant hustling to the line. Crazier goes under center, trying to draw Midland off sides there. I like the decision. Now we'll see a timeout coming from head coach Jason McIntyre. I really like the timeout in this situation. It's 3rd down. You want to make sure you've got both the next 2 plays ready to go. Midland has had it for just over 3 minutes, essentially since the second quarter with 9:28 left to go. I've said it a lot. I know I'm wearing it out, but again, I've never seen anything quite like it. More love going out. Martinez Lawn Care, Powell Frame and Collision, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunkner Insurance Group, Bogwai Bang Gun Bradley, Balak Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, and our friends at GNS Mechanical. As I mentioned, Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up after this one. I think we're going to be done earlier than some of our games, even maybe some of those games with a running clock in the second half, as both teams have kept the ball on the ground in this one. As you've heard me say, the Oilers have just churned some clock like they're making butter out there. 3rd down, and we'll call it 3 from the 5. The Oilers already kicked 1 field goal in this game. You got a feeling to score a touchdown here. It's going to be tough for Midland offensively with the way your D has played. Crazier goes under center. They hand it off to Anharona. He's trying to get that outside edge. He's not going to get into the end zone, but he's got the first down. The march continues from the Oilers on this drive. They've had some big runs from Hutchins. They've had a couple nice runs from Riley Olsen. And Arona with a big carry there for first down yardage. It's now 1st and goal, Mount Pleasant, and guess what? The clock continues to move. 4:40 left to go in quarter number 4. The Oilers up, it's still 3-0. Play 14 or so of the drive coming up. Touchdown! Graham Phillips up the middle for the tutty. The senior wanted it. He gets it on the 14th play of the drive, and Graham Phillips with some really hard running. The senior deserved that carry. They gave it to him. He made it pay off for everybody, and it's now 9-0 Mount Pleasant, and it almost seems like an insurmountable lead to try and come back from with just 4:20 left to go in our ball game. Out there for the extra point is Mr. Maxon. Kick is up. That one would have been good from 40 yards. The Oilers up 10-0. We're going to take a break, see if they can hang on to shut down the Midland Chemics a little bit more here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Myself and Adam Gursky running out of ways to try and describe this performance from Mount Pleasant. Since 9:28 left in the second quarter, Mount Pleasant's ran 50 plays. The Chemics, 7. I'll say that again. 50 plays to 7 plays. And again, your boy might be off by a play or two, but even if it's 42-7, 45-7, that's insane. Here comes the kick from the the Oilers, going to be fielded by the Chemics near the goal line from Gallahue. He's going to be brought down at the 20 by a host of Oilers. And so Midland has got to do something and do something in a hurry. We have not seen them be able to do that tonight. It's been a couple sacks, one from Wheeler, one going back, I believe it was Mazurkovic in the first half. 4:14 left in the game for Midland. You've got it at your own 20-yard line. It is desperation time for Benner and the crew. They've been able to run it a little bit here and there and pick it up 2-3 yards. They just not have been able to string together anything. Picked up 1 first down here in the second half. Benner wants to throw. He's under pressure. Flushed in the pocket. He's brought down to the backfield. Meeting at the quarterback for a quarterback sandwich was Mr. Kurt Freeling. And also out there was Levi Hoffman. It's going to bring up second down and long. And if you're the Chemics, you got to continue to worry about this clock because you know if you give it back to Mount Pleasant, they're going to salt the rest of this one away. Shotgun look with 3 wide to the far side for Benner. Second down and 12 from their own 18. Chemics dropping back, looking to throw. Throw it over the middle. It's going to be tipped. Intercepted! Diving catch for the Oilers as they come up with the pick. I did not see who came up with the interception, but what an INT it was. Celebrating coming out of the pile. It might have been Noel Helm with another interception out there for the Oilers. It was Helm with his second INT of the day. You think about the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Noel Helm with the 2 INT game. The sophomore might be getting some of those accolades, but I think Mr. Graham Phillips, the senior running back, might have something to say about that. And so it's the INT on the second play of the drive there, which now has it 50-9 in my insane play ratio. Looks like we've got an injury timeout coming from Midland, but the Oilers are up 10-0. They've got it back from the second interception from Noel Helm on the evening. They lead it 10-0, trying to salt this one away. We've got 3:37 left to go in our ball game. And the type of game I have just never seen anything like it, because here's the crazy thing. You look at that Midland possession again, it's under
a minute taken off the clock once again. And just 37 seconds ran off the clock on that drive. And so it continued, was it 3 minutes, 37 seconds? Total essentially now for Midland in this half with the football. I formation look for the Oilers. Going under center is Krazier. He's going to hand it off to the deep back. Big running room out there up the middle for the ball carrier. Brady Johnston, the senior, with the carry there. Second down and 7 coming up for the Oilers. Start of this drive at the Midland 25-yard line. 2 interceptions from Noel Helm. Great ball control is going to lead to a win here for the Mount Pleasant Oilers unless something absolutely crazy happens in the final 3 minutes. But the way the Oilers kept that football high and tight, that high and tight turnover battle is going to be won by the Oilers here in this one. They line up in the I formation once again. Remaining the deep back is going to be Johnston. He'll get the handoff once again. He's going to pour it ahead close to first down yardage. Again, the clock continues to run. And if you're Midland, you still got 2 timeouts. I feel like they kind of have to use them. There's still a chance for them to come back in this game, but I can't imagine how deflated that sideline is over there, and I can't imagine how tired this defense is from Midland High as well, as they have, I'll say it again, they've been out there. There's just not another way to put it. Kind of funny right now, Riley Olson's lined up at wide receiver. Center's on the football, but everybody else from Mount Pleasant's waiting to go up there until they see the black hat starting to count things down. Now they do all head up to that line. I formation look once again with Johnston in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. He's got the first down for the Oilers. And clock continues to move. We're waiting for them to set the chains for it to continue to move. What a performance from Mount Pleasant. You go back last year, they lost 10-7 in Midland. I wonder if there's part of them that wants to win this game 10-0. Krazier comes back in with the play. They can really take their time now. Still not seeing Midland use their timeout, so I don't think we're going to see them use them here. If you were Coach Wellman, if you were going to use those timeouts, you would have started using them by now. Doesn't look like Mount Pleasant's going to come up in the victory formation, though, as going under center is Krazier. Hands it off once again to Johnston. What a job fighting forward by Johnston. Continues to fight down to the 6-yard line. We've got a late flag coming in here. See what the call is. That will actually stop the clock with 1:21 left to go. Say Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Omari Booker, Jacob Dale, Court French, Tyler Shell, Kyle Wallace on the offensive side of the ball have been absolutely great. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Taylor Holt, Kurt Freeling, Levi Hoffman, Jack Mazurkovich, and also making a couple big plays out there as well has been Cade Wheeler for the Mount Pleasant offensive and defensive line. You think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. When you hold a Midland Chemics team down like this, you just got to give that defensive and offensive line all the credit in the world. It does look like it's a penalty going against Mount Pleasant, but it's still going to be first down, though. Now got it to 13-yard line again. This one's just kind of all for naught here with 1:21 left to go. Chemics are not going to use those final timeouts here, it appears. See if the Oilers try and get something into the end zone here, or if they just want to run out this clock. Again, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. 10-0 Oilers in front. This will be the 55th play to 9 for the Chemics, going back to 9:28 left in the second quarter. Unbelievable. Said unlike anything I have ever seen, anything I have ever heard. Hopefully we get Coach Bubba McClain up here to chat with us in the postgame. We'll talk a little bit about that, but knowing Coach McClain, he might be a little too fired up with his team after a defensive performance like this. Second down. We're now under a minute remaining in the ball game. Krazier's got the play. Lined up a wide receiver here to the near side is the senior, Joe Hill. And up there is going to be Court French. Center position, going under center. And hand it off once again to the deep back Johnston. He's going to have yardage up to the 10, 9-yard line. That should do it right there. That should be the final play of the ball game, and it will be. 10-0, our final. What a performance defensively, time of possession-wise, from the Mount Pleasant Oilers. We're going to be back with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show to put a bow on this one. The Mount Pleasant Oilers are 8-0 on the year, undefeated in the Saginaw Valley League Conference as they blast, not blast, but shut out rival Midland 10-0. Back with your Bird All-American Grill postgame show right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary. He can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Martinez Lawn Care, just like our local football teams, can keep your yard looking good deep into fall, and we all know winter is coming. Call now to get on their snow plowing schedule. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome on into the Bird All-American Grill postgame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 10-0, the Mount Pleasant Oilers best the Midland Chemics. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Oh, Noah Helm, the sophomore, with 2 INTs. I'd love to give it to him, but you know your boy's always giving the love to the seniors. And Mr. Graham Phillips, the way he ran the football, in particular in the second half on the 2 long drives that Mount Pleasant had, he was just not going to be denied on a few of those runs out there. Did a great job on the defensive side as well. So the senior Graham Phillips, he will be our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. But our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game, that's where we will give a tip of the cap to Mr. Noah Helm, the sophomore, coming up with 2 INTs for the Oilers. The first one early in the game in the end zone, the only time that Midland really ever threatened. The other time they kind of threatened, well, he intercepted that one as well. But here is your stat 2 numbers of the game that just tell you how insane, how dominant Mount Pleasant was here this evening. I've said the 9:28 mark in the second quarter a lot. After that 9:28 mark, there was a total of 33 minutes and 28 seconds left in our ball game. Midland had the ball for only 3 minutes and 37 seconds of that 33-28. So the final 2 3/4 quarters, starting from that 9:38 left in the second quarter, Mount Pleasant only did not have the ball for just over 3 minutes. They ran 56 plays to Midland High's 9. They had a 20-play drive. They had a 13-play drive. They had a 14-play drive where Midland High had 2 3-and-outs, and then they threw an INT on their second drive of the game. Just absolute domination. I've now got Mr. Bubba McLean joining us here as well. As we saw you running over there, and I was like, I don't know if we'll come up. I've got some fun numbers for you here. 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. Guess how long Midland had the football after that, the entire game time?
Less than 3 minutes.
3 minutes and 37
that's
seconds.
Pretty impressive.
You guys, in 56 plays to 9 after that 9:20. You guys, and you know me and the Spockman math. Was it a 20-play drive? Was it an 18-play drive? I might have been off by a play or two, but it was 20-play drive, 13-play drive, 14-play drive. Well, they're going 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 1 first down, 3-and-out. Then they throw an INT on the second play of their final drive. 10-0 the final. Noel Helm had those 2 INTs, but the Zaid Batchel, the baller of the game, went to the senior Graham Phillips for the way that he ran that football. And maybe one of the biggest plays of the game was that run he had here towards midfield on that near sideline to really just kind of take a little bit more life out of the sideline for Midland.
Well, you heard about the run he had against Basie Western on the podcast yesterday. It was very eerily similar to that. He said, give me the rock. So Coach Mack gave him the rock, and we all know how grumpy Coach Matt can get there. If things aren't going well, we can be fancy, we can throw the ball, do this. But when it comes down to it, the bread and butter, if you will, for Mount Pleasant football is to run between the tackles and pull guys and out-man them at the point of attack. And I think you saw that tonight. So that's just a great way. That's 2 really good defenses because they threw some stuff at us and they did some really cool things that we need to get better at, obviously, as we move forward into Week 9 at Ypsilanti next week and then ultimately into the playoffs the following week. But yeah, give Midland credit. They came out, they played extremely well, but you got to give our kids credit because, we had a little discussion at halftime, of course, and it was just one of those things that we just decided we had to get an attitude tonight, get back to old-fashioned Mount Pleasant football, and it was a lot of fun to see those guys pulling and hitting, and it's just 4 or 5, 6 yards and break a couple here and there. But, that offensive line, those running backs tonight, you got to give them all the credit in the world because they were just great in the second half. And like you alluded to, the amount of plays that we had, the amount of time that we chewed off the clock, that's what's going to make this team go a long way. So, yeah, hats off to our offensive line.
Yeah, just 56 plays to 9. I never heard of anything quite like that differential. The 3 really long drives that you guys had, and then they just stalled out every time. Have you ever heard of anything quite like that? And again, the Spockman math, I might be, but it's at least 50 to 9. I feel safe saying that.
Be careful. My mom's from Shepherd, too, so be careful about
that. I always joke Jen Bukovich out in Beale City. I need to have her help me out with some of that math out there, and I'll be able to get things straight. But you get those penalties, things move. You're chalking down plays. You might be off by 1 or 2. But again, whether it's 56 to 9 or 50 to 9, just unheard of type of play differential, and a lot of that speaks to the offensive line, the defensive line, how dominant they were. Midland High had a really good defensive line too. Murray was in the backfield a bunch.
A lot, and that's a credit to them for seeing some things up front. We did lose a lineman early. Hopefully everything works out with that young man, but we had to plug and play tonight. A couple guys had to come in, and that's why we have backups. That's why we have guys ready because you never know when your number is going to be called, and we didn't really skip much of a beat there. Yeah, we shoot yourself in the foot a little bit every once in a while there, which we did, but again, these seniors did not want to lose against Midland in their last game against them ever, and the fact that we shut them out is even sweeter. Could we have scored a few more touchdowns or a couple more points? That would have been nice, but, as we say, we got an offensive iron and a defensive steel, and if one don't get you, the other one will, so that happened tonight.
And I tell you what, you said could we have had a couple more touchdowns? Yeah, probably. I don't know if they could have had a touchdown. You guys were unbelievable tonight defensively, and when I say 8-0, undefeated in the Saginaw Valley North. How's that make you feel, Bubba?
One, you get a T-shirt, which is always cool, and those are always fun to sweat in. But I think it started last year after the Petoskey game. I think it's one of those things that the juniors that are now seniors decided that they were going to put the emphasis of getting in the weight room and getting up at 5:30 in the morning and running the hill and doing these things that they needed to do in order to get better. And they made a commitment, and I think you saw that tonight. And as coaches, we realized that this team has a lot going for it. It's a really good junior class as well. We've got some sophomores up that are helping. Obviously, Helm has some big plays tonight. But these seniors really bought into what we preach in the offseason. And if you don't do that, you're not going to be successful. And I think there was a bad taste left in their mouth last year after the Petoskey game. obviously losing 10-7 to Midland over there. I mean, it's the same type of game tonight, but yeah, it's pretty sweet. I mean, to win the Valley outright, to beat Dow, to beat Midland, to win a tough game against Bay City Western, to beat the Traverse Cities, beat Bay City Central. I mean, it's what these kids.
It's a gauntlet.
It is, and we've checked off a couple boxes, and now it's okay. Now we got to get ready. Now we got to get down the bus and go down in a couple hours to Ypsilanti, which we know a little bit about them. We'll obviously get together and we'll kind of dive into them here, but we'll enjoy this one first, and then after that, who knows what's going to happen. But we're not focused on week 10. We're focused on week 9 now. Like I said, we'll enjoy this and go from there. But our student section was awesome tonight. What a great atmosphere with the red, white, and blue USA. I mean, my good friend TJ Pierce being honored before the game as a Purple Heart recipient and all that. But this is, I mean, we showed up today, and they showed out, and it was great. And this is just the type of atmosphere that we are used to at Mount Pleasant because they believe in us and we believe in them, and it's just a lot of fun. 8-0, undefeated. Oh, there he is, the Heibel man himself. I love that guy. But that was his type of football game,
yes,
too.
Sir.
But just seeing what these kids, the smiles, and seeing them down on the field with all their friends right now is just, as a coach, it's very gratifying because it's all about them. 8-0 is great. Yeah, we love it. But they bought in from a very, very early stage last December when we started our off-season workouts. And the Phillipses, the Garcias, the Mazurkiewicz, the Olsons, I mean, the Edwards, all of our Kyle Wallace, all of our guys up front who just do a fantastic job. Whitman, French, I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, Brady Johnson, you saw him in the fourth quarter, toting the rock. He doesn't get an opportunity much, but this is what it means to these guys, and they understand that we have an opportunity to do something special. Who cares about the rankings? Let's just get through the regular season and then figure out where we're going and once we get through week 9 and just ride this train as long as we can.
Yep. A few score updates. Shepherd beats St. Louis 23-8. That was tied up at 8-8 at the half.
They got a shot, don't they? To get in the playoffs.
Yep. Beale City up big 35-0 at the half. Clare was up big 34-0 at the half. Fowler up on Ithaca 42-21 now, and so it looks like next week it'll be 6-2 Ithaca taking on 8-0 Beale City. That is going to be an incredible matchup.
Most people would hate me saying this, but I'd love to be able to put myself, there, maybe make 2 Bubbas. That's one's enough as it is, but I'd love to be at that game next week too because that's a long time coming. I'm so happy to see those teams playing, and regardless of personal feelings, I mean, you like both teams because we scrimmaged, but that's going to be a heck of a game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's long overdue, and that's something that needs to be documented well next week, that those two teams.
Arguably 2 of the most historic football programs in the state will finally match it up, but there's a few of those score updates. But the final here tonight, Mount Pleasant 10-0 over Midland High to finish the Valley season undefeated. Our Zaid Badgell, their baller of the game, Mr. Graham Phillips. Big shout out to my man Adam Gursky on the camera, all the sponsors out there. Thanks so much, Bub, for joining me here a little bit in the post game. Chris Bachman signing off till next week. We'll be back with more Valley Championship action as the Mount Pleasant over the girls take on Davison next Wednesday. I will be there for that. That is going